Sims and Leon, your mom's favorite podcast. Trust me, because I'm Taco's mom.
I feel like every time we have a new guest on, I say I'm very excited about this special guest, and I always am. And today, we have one of the owners, co-owners. What do you want to say? What is your title or your official?
Co-owner, general manager, events planner, marketing, HR.
You pretty much do everything.
All the janitor.
At Funky Picnic. Right? At Funky Picnic?
Yep.
So you brought us a few beers to try from your brewery.
Yeah, a few.
So tell me about, I'm going to pour this one while you tell me a little bit. How did you get started into brewing beer?
Oh, I started drinking it.
Yeah, that's all our start, huh?
Okay.
I liked craft beer, had gone to California with some friends from college, and we went to a brew pub, and I was like, hey, this is pretty cool. Like, even if I didn't like beer, I'm at a restaurant or a pub, and I can see where the beer's made. Now I want to learn more about it. They need more of this in Texas. And so I came back and, learned that the laws sucked in Texas for that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And so I was like, all right, cool. I'll just keep drinking it. And when some friends of mine that I play kickball with started brewing beer, they were like, hey, you want to come brew beer? You talked about wanting to have a brew pub in Texas. And I was like, all right, yeah, let's do it. And so that's how we started.
And you started in their garage, right? We're
Yep.
talking about John and Jenny.
Yes, John and Jenny.
And they played kickball for quite a while, and now they live in Colorado.
Boo.
Boo to Colorado or boo to them for moving away?
Both.
And they're two cool little kids. I mean,
Colorado stole them from me.
They
so
did.
Boo, Colorado.
They 100% stole them from us. I don't want to blame anybody for anything, but I blame John for that. Is that fair?
It was his job, yeah.
So at y'all's place, y'all only serve beer, y'all brew, right?
Correct. Yeah, we only have our beers on tap, and you can see the brewery.
Yeah.
Everything's made right there on site.
Because I felt like when y'all first opened up, y'all had other beers, a few other local beers.
We did. We had trouble keeping up. So we had some issues with our brewing system and had to have some repairs, which delayed us being able to make beers. But we opened up, and then we went through so much beer that we only had I think we got down to 5 or 6 of our own beers. And we were like, this isn't enough beer. Let's go ahead. And we made the strategic decision to bring on 1 keg each from the 3 breweries within walking distance in the neighborhood.
That makes sense.
At the time, it was Collective Brewing, Hop Fusion, and RAR.
Nice.
And we also only bought beers from them that represented styles we didn't currently have on tap. So a sour, a fruit beer, and a stout. Or I think it was a stout. But yeah.
We'll fact check you later.
Yeah.
Dustin's great at Wikipedia.
Oh, my God.
Trying to specifically have things that rounded out our motto, which is craft beer for every taste.
Okay.
But we only ever bought those 3 kegs. We didn't ever have anything
so it was
else.
just that day. Ever since then.
Not one day, but
Well, you know what I mean.
until we ran out of those kegs.
It was that one purchase.
Yep.
And then after that, it's just been strictly y'all's brew.
But that's a pretty big compliment, though, right? I mean, selling out of your own beer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know how much you had,
Yeah,
but
we only had a
just saying.
gallon. I'm just kidding.
So you've brought us some beers to try.
Yeah.
And the first one you brought us is a purple beer.
Yeah, it's pretty purple.
Yeah, it's called Dad Bod Confessional.
Dad Bod Confessional.
Ooh, I really like it.
I'm very intrigued by this one.
So this was made for our last beer dinner, which was a vegan beer dinner.
Okay, explain the beer dinner.
So once a month we do a 5-course beer dinner. It's 5 delicious courses made by our kitchen staff. Sometimes we bring in outside people to collaborate with, just like collaborating on brewing a beer. It's fun just to hang out in the kitchen with your friends all day. And then we brew a special beer for that dinner. So that's what this is. And then, every course is paired specifically with one of our beers by my business partner, Collins Reet, who is a certified Cicerone, which is like a sommelier for wine.
That sounds important.
Yeah, Cicerone.
So
Yeah,
I expected this beer to be kind of heavy just by the looks of it.
yeah,
Yep.
me too.
And it is
It's
a
not-
super light
Really
beer
not. Yeah.
It's 4%.
with
It's
such a good flavor.
cream ale. So it's just nice, light beer, but it's purple because of a pea flower. So,
flower. Interesting.
and I did have somebody say, oh, I don't know if I want the cream pea beer the other day. And I was like, no, not cream peas. It's a cream ale with pea flower, and pea flower is blue. And with the beer, it makes it a little more purple.
purple.
But
Blue and yellow makes
I know
purple.
some
Makes sense.
some coffee shops will have a tea called Roots had one called Mood Changer, and it was blue, and then you add the lemon, and it turns purple. So that's kind of the same thing that's used in this beer.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm already out. That was delicious.
Yeah, it was.
I didn't bring a lot of it because I brought 4
pretty
other
good.
beers, so I just thought it's a really fun color. And it's one of our newer beers, and it has an awesome name,
I
Dad
like
Bod
it. It does have an
Confessional.
awesome name.
So is that so you? It's like a
Okay.
repeat. It's like a fucking repeat. Words
And
just
you already had
sometimes
you
don't
already had
come
beers.
out. I know.
I tried to like hype you up.
Yeah.
We had like 4 beers at the brewery.
You tried to change my oil.
I did. I was like, all right, no more. No, I didn't.
I don't know.
No, I didn't. I did not change your oil. See, you can
Is
talk
this
to us fine
sexual
on that.
innuendo?
So-
Or?
We're cousins. We're family. That's not even close.
It's not right.
That's not right.
Well, I have a funny story about that. I'll say that for later. That did not involve me.
Okay.
So this was not made specifically for the 5-course meal day.
So that's when we first had it on tap.
Yeah.
And it was made to pair with that dinner.
But it's not the one time it's
No,
only gonna happen. You're gonna keep making it and keep selling
Well,
it.
this is so when this batch is out, then we probably won't make it again.
Okay.
Yeah. So I brought a few
So
of
this
our
is
beers.
exclusive.
Yeah, I brought a few of our beers that we have on all the time. But I brought a few that are just seasonal or like
We're out,
one-offs.
so I better go grab one.
I'll say this. My
Hey,
favorite.
Ricky, I'm leaving the table to go get a beer from the refrigerator.
I brought La
Thank you.
Raza.
Huh?
I brought La Raza.
You knew what I was gonna ask before I
Yeah.
even asked it.
I almost texted you like, what do you what do you want besides La Raza?
So we tried the Martin House micro seasonal Mexican lager that they had. I did not give it good reviews. At first I did. I said it tastes great, but then after about halfway through the can, all I could taste was the all I could taste was the
Grab one of the others. That's going to be the heaviest one. You'll want to end with that.
all I could taste was the artificial lime they put in there.
Oh.
It tasted like a beer with Rose's lime in it, and I was like, ooh.
Oh.
And once that hit my palate and I realized it, I did not enjoy the rest of that beer.
Get La Raza or Coasters.
Go for the La Raza. You'll like that one, Dusto.
I will say I don't like most craft Mexican lagers because they add lime.
Yeah.
And I'm not a fan of lime. And
Like any lime?
yeah,
or
I mean,
just
I
fake
don't.
lime?
It just lime in my beer.
Okay.
Maybe if I'm like having a soul on the beach in Mexico, but
No. I do not like lime in my beer, but I like lime in my tea, oddly enough.
but yeah, and actually this is a fresh batch, and it was just transferred.
I was about to make a comment how Dustin looked like he was struggling over this
I
beer.
thought this was the cream ale.
Then he took a shot right to the face while he was open.
It's all right. It's all right. Everything's okay.
That sounds delicious.
Yeah.
You can probably pour more than
Here,
that.
Go ahead. No. She already had her words with me.
You're already mad at this one?
No, I'm not mad at it. I just never knew it was my first time opening a beer, but I guess it was.
I'm not going
But have you
off.
ever opened a beer this size?
No, I haven't. That's what was getting me, the size.
It's
It was
usually the
literally-
smaller ones.
I was not used to handling like that. You
It's
know
the
what I mean?
bigger ones that end up shooting all over your face
Oh,
that throw
man.
you off.
It shot all over my face.
Like right in his eye, under his
I was
glasses.
trying to get it like on the microphone, a crisp, clean open, and I got right to the face.
Like, I'm not gonna lie. I guarantee this is like 100% what a lot of people like to watch when they're, doing what you did last week at the end of the
Oh,
show.
sure.
Jerking off aggressively
I
on a
did
plane.
not do
Submit
that.
it to jerky.com.
You said you did.
No, you. All right, turkey.com. You're gonna be getting a video here soon.
Sorry, Doug.
Dave. It's Dave.
It's Doug.
Oh, it's Doug.
I thought his name was Doug Head for the longest time until I realized it was his title, Doug Head Jerky Taster.
Okay.
I thought he was Doug Head Jerky Taster. No, he's Doug the Head Jerky Taster.
I'm pretty sure you said that to me last time.
Did I?
I know the head jerky taster at jerky.com.
Yeah, but I didn't.
None of this conversation is helping my impression of jerky.com.
Oh, man.
We do have jerky for you to try.
I'm also sorry, Doug.
We have jerky.
All right, so y'all have fun names for your beers.
We do.
Like, so La Raza is not really one of your fun names. That's a bad example.
No, La Raza was named by our chef Josh Ronhell, and we said, basically before we made this beer, we had a queso Modelo in the walk-in for staff all the time. So this is modeled more after Modelo than it is like Dos Equis or
There you go.
another Mexican lager, which if you drink Mexican lagers, there is a difference. Basically more corn in this.
It's really good.
It's going to be hazier right now because we did just transfer a fresh batch. So this is a fresh batch.
Oh,
So it's
Man,
Literally-
nothing but the best for us.
hours ago transferred that into the tank. So it's a little
Nice.
hazier since it'll settle out overnight. But
Tastes perfect.
it's usually clear and gold, nice and crisp. But yeah, La Raza is, the race, the people, just kind of community, which is part of what Funky Picnic's built on.
It
So
is,
that's
yeah.
why Josh chose that as our name.
I like that
Nice.
name.
I do.
You said this is a freshly brewed one. From the time one of your beers is done being brewed, how long until it's on tap?
So that depends on the beer.
Okay.
So this beer is a lager, which means it takes longer. It can take 6 to 8 weeks, whereas an ale that doesn't have a lot of additions may be ready in 2 weeks.
All right. My question was a little bit different. By the time it's done, when it's done brewing, how long until you put it on tap?
Yep, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, I understood the answer wrong.
Brew day. Did you ever come to our brew days at John Cheney's?
I don't think I was ever invited, but
Eh,
y'all brought one
probably
to the
not.
kickball fields once.
So a brew day is really just making sugar water,
Okay.
and then you add yeast, and the yeast is what takes 2 to 8 weeks.
Yeah.
So a brew day is about 6 hours, and then the yeast, depending on what yeast and what kind it is, will take 2 to 8 weeks until it can be kegged and put on tap.
Okay.
So from brew day, it's anywhere from 2 to 8 weeks.
All right. So what I'm asking, I think I'm asking a different question than you're answering, because I get that, and I love you that you answer that way, because I like knowing
Yeah,
that.
that's good
I like
information
learning
right
that
there.
process.
Yeah.
When it's actually completed and done, like brew day to completion, it's in a keg. Do you all instantly just tap it, or do you have some just like kind of waiting around? Do y'all sell kegs?
We sell them out of the tap room. We distro a few kegs to Dallas and Collin County.
Okay.
Nice.
We only have a distribution deal for those counties.
Oh, so nowhere in Fort Worth.
No, there's very
Tarrant
strategic
County.
purposes
Oh,
for that.
it makes sense.
In Texas, you can only give away your distribution rights, and it's for life. So if we ever in the future opened a second location where we could self-distribute, we have a full bar with liquor, so we can't self-distribute out of this location now. But if we ever did open a second location and could self-distribute out of that location, if we had already given away our rights for Tarrant County, we could not get those back.
Nice.
Okay.
Even though and I say giveaway because in Texas a brewery cannot sell those rights, whereas in most states you can.
Interesting.
But that distributor could sell our rights to another distributor.
So they could try to sell it back to you?
Yep.
Whoa, that's kind of fucked up.
Yep.
Wow.
So they could sit on it, do nothing, and then say, well, we'll sell it back to you for this much money.
Yeah,
So
it's an
we've
asshole move.
kept Tarrant and Denton County in our back pocket for now.
And I assume Johnson County too. I could easily get you into the Old Texas Brewery if you wanted to. So you couldn't just go into one specific like bar and say, "Hey, do you want to have our beers on tap?" They'd have to sign a certain dispensary.
Distributor.
That's what I meant. I'm bad at words.
They-
I have a speech impediment.
They probably are already working through these distributors. There's only
Okay,
a few.
gotcha.
So they're already getting kegs from other breweries through these distributors. So it would be requesting it through them. And we don't have all of our beers that we distribute. It's only a certain few. We have to get label approval where they verify the ABV and they have to approve the name through TABC and things like that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So all the
But-
name. So
To answer your question from before,
Yeah.
once the beer is ready, we so like the Dad Bod Confessional we had at our beer dinner on Monday, but we didn't release it to the public until Thursday. So Thursday is our beer release day. So it may be ready earlier in that week, but we don't release it until Thursday.
So once it's ready, Ricky. Basically.
I guess I was more asking is like, do you have a ton of kegs just sitting around waiting to be tapped?
Kind of like aging.
Or is it kind of as you like now that you've been in business for a while, you kind of see the trends on how long a keg lasts?
Yeah, we usually are pulling older beers if they're not moving quite as fast or trying to push them. fire selling them. We just got a margarita machine, so we're going to play around with actually having beer slushies.
Hold on. Let's hear about this margarita. Are y'all actually going to serve margaritas? Mm-hmm. Like like you said, it's full alcohol, right?
Correct.
Oh, let's talk about your food, man.
Ricky's on his ADD.
Don't let me get distracted,
You
Dustin.
take your medication like Shelby.
Okay, let's go back to the margarita machine.
One question at a time.
We'll
Let's
do
focus
that.
on the margarita right now.
Are y'all going to try to make like a specialty funky picnic margarita?
We haven't quite. So today we just wired it correctly so that it is going to a plug that's its own circuit. So we kind of played around with it with an extension cord, and that was more seeing if the beer would freeze or if we needed to add something
Okay.
to the beer.
Makes
So we
sense.
did that last week. Couldn't serve any of it because it wasn't wired
freeze?
properly and everything. It did.
Oh,
yeah,
it did freeze.
It did freeze.
Okay.
It needed a little bit more sugar, so we would have mixed in some burnt simple syrup with it and just made it a little sweeter because it froze and kind of some flavors came out stronger than others. But it was good.
Man,
So
science.
what are you...
But we've talked about like that beer didn't move as quick as we wanted. It was called Spice Queen. It was a spice doppelbock, so it was more of a holiday Thanksgiving Christmas beer,
Right.
and we need to
You need to
move
move
more
it,
spring
so-
beers on. And we were like, well, we can always start freezing it, and then
Yeah.
people will get it because it's hot in Texas.
There you go.
That's a very interesting idea because I was thinking like margarita. When you said beer slushies, I didn't think you just freeze a beer.
Yeah.
Like that was not what it came to my
Yeah.
mind. And I guess I was too focused on the name of the margarita machine. It's a beer slushy machine.
So we're gonna play around with margaritas. Obviously, with
Yeah.
Cinco de Mayo coming up, we'll
Oh,
have
yeah.
some for
Yeah.
that. Also, just like may do some frozen rum and Coke, or Jack and Coke, or something like that. So we have several that we're gonna play with, and we have 2 bins, so we can have 2 frozen
Okay.
drinks on at a time.
Nice.
We may also make our seltzer again, and then do different syrups with that seltzer that are frozen.
There's a bar in Houston that makes my absolute favorite bar drink I've ever had of all time.
It's called a moon driver.
It's called a Moon Driver. And it's in a margarita machine. It's a frozen screwdriver. They pour it into normally a pint glass. Sometimes it's a fancy Blue Moon glass. And then they top it off with Blue Moon. So it's basically half frozen screwdriver, half Blue Moon. So fucking good. I've tried to recreate it, but I can't recreate the consistency. And that's what makes it so great. And then we once had it was me, my cousin, me, my cousin Archie, and Troy, my brother-in-law, who lived in Houston at the time, and they were betting me on how quickly I could drink one of the Moon Drivers. Like I said, it's a frozen drink,
Brain
not
freeze.
fast.
Brain freeze.
They're like, you think you can drink it within a minute? I was like, give me 90 seconds, 8 seconds, gone, done.
Oh my god.
8 seconds to drink that entire thing, and nope, no brain freeze. Apparently, I'm not equipped with the right equipment to get a brain freeze.
Yeah, we know that.
Okay, so I already got distracted on your names, your beer names. What is your favorite beer name that y'all came up with, and why?
Ooh, I have to think on that one. There's been so many.
Okay, you can think on it, and we can talk about other stuff.
We and I brought this beer, one of our ones from Homebrew Days, and I don't have this name. My business partner Colin came up with it, but it's 2 peanut butters, 1 cup.
I love that name.
Nice.
So that one's definitely gets people like, wait,
Interesting.
what?
Yeah.
What was the?
We have an Imperial APA that's Bob. We had a baby eats a boy from the old Geico commercials.
Well, there was an old name. I don't think it was ever named this when Funky Picnic was open, but before Funky Picnic was open, y'all had one that involved shit. John told me all
That
about
was 2
this.
peanut butters, 1 cup.
No. Now I got 2 people picking on me and fucking with me.
Hey, I like it.
It was like a El Paso, Mexico, something about jumping the border, and all of a sudden it had a great name, but then because of what happened in politics, it changed what the name meant.
So that was Martin House had a homebrew competition called Riverside Shootout.
Okay.
And we submitted a beer that was a mix. It was a Belgian triple grain bill. So like all the grain in it was from a Belgian triple recipe, but we used a Saison yeast. So it was just almost like an Imperial Saison.
Okay.
And we named it Border Disorder and added prickly pear to it as well. And when we were opening, we were going to make this beer at Funky Picnic and name it Border Disorder. And somebody goes, maybe you should rethink that. And we were like, oh, we've been calling it this for 3 years. It's a completely different in today's context.
Yeah.
And so we renamed it This Is Why We Can't Have Nice Things.
Yes.
Hey.
And we generally have that every year around our anniversary in the summer.
So you do have like rotational beers that just come around that y'all only serve at a certain, like, what am I trying to say here?
It's seasonal.
Seasonal.
Yeah, there we go.
So Spice Queen was seasonal for the winter, which is why we needed to move into our seasonals for the spring.
So-
yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to ask. So how long has Smoky Picnic been around?
June of 2019.
19. Okay.
Yeah.
Y'all
Been-
started at a terrible time.
Yeah. No.
But hey.
I mean, a
sounds like
great
it's going-
time, but then 6 months later, it's like, well, shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
but right around the time where everybody's wanting to get out and about and looking for places like that, in my opinion.
Well,
Yeah, the whole neighborhood was a new neighborhood, so that made it difficult because it was just really starting to hit its stride, and then everybody was locked up in their homes. And when
Right.
they went back out, they went to the old favorites, not the place they had newly discovered.
yeah.
So it took a little while for the neighborhood to
Right.
pick back up, but it's definitely gotten there now.
So did y'all do to-go drinks at all or anything?
We did,
Okay.
yeah.
Was it how big of a hit was that? Was it?
So we already did them. So the crawlers that I brought, they're 32-ounce cans.
Right.
Hold on. I need to stop for a second. Did you say crowlers or growlers?
Crowlers.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's a
he kept on saying
canned-
growler.
Thank you.
Canned growler.
Because
Crowler.
Shelby came over a couple weeks ago and she brought small cans like that. And she called them growlers. I'm like, that's not right.
That's crowler.
Like, I know it's not right just because I've heard it called something else. And she's like, no, they're growlers. Anything you take outside is a growlers. I don't think so. I think you're wrong. But
All
I
right,
thi-
so
yeah.
crowlers.
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 Nice.
And we have howlers as well, so they're both 32 ounces. Howlers are the glass, so
Oh,
like
okay.
a traditional growler,
Yeah.
but they're a half growler because
Okay.
traditional growlers are 64 ounces. So that's you get the C for crowler and the H for howler.
So if I
Nice.
brought my own growler in, could I get it filled up there?
No, we only fill our own howlers. You can bring one back and
But-
we'll exchange it for a clean one.
Oh, okay.
But we go through, we like soak them overnight
Right.
to make sure that if you forgot, your dirty howler in the garage for a week
Yeah,
or two
for
and
sure.
it grew some things,
Yep.
that we clean all that out because that'll affect the flavor of
Yeah,
the beer.
yeah, because then somebody comes back and is like, oh, this beer tastes like shit
Yeah.
when it's their own fault.
Plus, just with our taps, it just makes it consistent to make sure the height of everything's the same
Right.
and that we get that consistent fill every time.
Yeah.
Where-
Makes sense.
We want to make sure
It's
that
marketing.
it's tasting just as good when you get home.
So how do you seal off the crowler?
Yeah, I'm
We
kinda
have
interested.
a little one-up canning machine.
Okay.
And so it just has, so they come not sealed with the cap and then the top, and then it spins around and you just crimp one and then you crimp the other.
Okay, so the entire top goes on, and then it. Okay,
Yeah.
This part, I think.
that makes sense. My tiny brain, my
It's a-
So
non-existent brain.
that's what I
It's
did
big
right
for
before
the
I
hand,
came.
I will say. I know we split it 3 ways, but
Is it empty?
no.
Hey, drink some more, man.
We got more to go through.
I know.
Got to get her down.
Okay, so I interrupted the question about to-go beers and stuff like that. Sorry about that. I just wanted to clarify the growler, howler.
Yeah,
Shower.
so we go for it. We did to-go beers. We did to-go food.
Nice.
We changed our hours to be
Okay.
open at 8 a.m. so that we would, and we added some breakfast items, breakfast burritos, and then we served breakfast, brunch, dinner all day long, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., 7 days a week.
Nice.
It was weird times. You could order whatever you wanted at any time.
Yeah.
Nice. Hey.
So,
So-
a lot of restaurants were open less hours during the pandemic. We actually increased our
Y'all
hours.
found a way to benefit yourselves. That's
Right.
smart.
Yeah.
So how long were you actually like shut down, where y'all couldn't be open at all?
We never were.
Nice.
Never.
Nope.
Okay, for some reason I thought everything got shut down for
Nope.
a couple weeks.
We were open St. Patrick's Day of 2020.
Yep.
We were doing crowlers of green beer. We already had set up online ordering, so we were getting our first online orders in and trying to handle that and customers in the tap room. And health department kept coming in and being like, so here's the new order from the city. Here's the new order. And they said, you have 24 hours. And we were like, okay, so technically we could be open tomorrow on Wednesday, but it's been a lot trying to handle the to-go orders and handle people inside. So let's just go ahead and shut down for curbside only.
Okay.
And by Wednesday, so technically we could have been open one more day, but we decided to just go ahead and perfect
Right.
the online ordering and the curbside. And
So when did y'all start getting the online ordering involved in the business? Was it before y'all knew anything was going to happen, or did y'all just jump on the fly, get it done?
we jumped on the fly.
Nice.
The March 12th. March
Oh.
March 12th, we had a private event. It was a retirement party. And I remember sitting there while they were doing the speeches and scrolling my Facebook feed and just seeing. And I had been watching it and I'd been seeing what other countries did. And
Yeah.
that's why we talked about, like, a lot of countries had curfews that restaurants had to close at 8. So we talked about opening for breakfast if we did that, because we couldn't be open late. And so even though we had to close completely, we still said, well, let's do this breakfast idea. But Saturday we were dead. Like, nobody came in. I have a picture of pretty much the entire staff filling up our bar, just like waiting on people. And so most of those had clocked out, but we were all just sitting there because there was nothing to do.
Yeah.
And I asked Colin, I said, hey, what does it take to turn? I know we have online ordering. We just haven't like added that onto our package. What does that take? And so he started talking with them and he goes, so even though it's not turned on, we can start building out the online ordering. So I started working on that. And by like Monday had that ready. And by Tuesday it was on and going, and we just kept perfecting it. And that's trying to think this is the only way that we can actually interact with the customers. So we added photos, we added descriptions, we made it as easy as possible for somebody to go there and be able to order.
Yeah.
And this website, it's still up and running?
Yep.
You can still order online?
Yes,
What's the website?
It's you can go to it from our funkypicnicbrewery.com. You'll see online ordering, but it's toasttab.com/funkypicnic.
Okay.
So toasttab.com
You get
/funkypicnic.
food and drinks to go.
Food and drinks.
And soon enough, slushy beer.
Yeah. Yeah.
That sounds like a great dessert.
Oh,
Yeah, and it was the beer was pouring like an icy. Like that was the consistency of it. It was nice.
I can't wait till you'll have two different flavors and you do like a suicide and you mix them both, like when you do cherry and Coke ices.
And you get the straw with a little
spoon on it.
And then a little JMO topper.
Oh, yes. Cannot wait to try that.
I'll tell you. That was a good beer right there. I like that one.
You bring this one to Kickball a lot.
I do.
Oh, time out. In case anybody forgets, we do our live stream on twitch.tv
right.
/Sims and Leon.
That's right.
Do you want to spell it out?
SIMSANDLEON.
I can never get it right, so he has to spell it out. So anybody on Twitch right now can see us. This is our second time to do it. So now that you're listening to this, remember, jump on there, give us a follow, and add those updates so you get notifications. That way it'll tell you when we're on. You can see some crazy shit that might get edited out.
Yeah, probably going to get edited out.
So there's a word I cannot say. What is it, Dustin?
Edited.
I cannot say edited.
He has
There's
extra.
too many Ds.
I literally cannot say it. I don't know why. I've maybe said it right 3 times in my life, and it just doesn't work. And I'm the head editor on our staff.
You can say editor.
Editor.
I can say editor.
He stumbled across
I stumbled
it.
a little
He
bit, but
stumbled.
it's not
Got
as
it.
bad as
Editor.
editing. Like for me, editing needs another syllable in there, and I add it.
Editing.
Like in my brain, it's there. It's always going to be there.
Editing.
Yes. All right. I think we might need to try another beer.
Yeah.
Or is it too quick?
No.
I'm good.
Do we not? Okay.
I'm fine.
Y'all talk.
And after that, we're going to have to try that jerky over there, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same jerky as last time, but
That's fine.
this time
This time I won't spill on the
won't
floor.
be dumped on the floor. So we
I can grab the next beer if you want.
Go ahead.
okay.
Yeah, because I grabbed the wrong one last time, so
Yeah.
we better make her
It's
grab it.
It's smart for her to grab the beers because she
yeah,
knows what she
knows.
brought.
Yeah.
So Sam, while you're grabbing, I'll tell you the story about last week. It was not on the podcast, but it was on a video review that we planned on being on the podcast, where we tried this from jerky.com, your favorite website. It's sweet chipotle adobo beef jerky, and I absolutely loved it. So we all try it, me, him, and another buddy that was here with us. We try it, and Dustin says, hey, can I grab another piece? I'm like, all right. That's a pro. She does not get shot
She
in the
did
face
not
with
squirt
it.
her face.
That is a pro.
Why couldn't that happen with me? Like, she didn't even have it close to her face, and it didn't squirt anywhere.
It's not her first rodeo. Man.
I know. It was like my first beer to try, but I shook them all up, so it was my fault. It literally squirted me in the face.
We had the bag sitting here. I had the bag sitting here, like somewhere over here. I don't know. This is my table. And I picked it up. I handed it to Dustin. It was like this, except this wasn't sealed. So Dustin, and it's on camera, so you can see it.
Oh yeah.
So Dustin grabs it and goes, "Yeah, you want to show her what you did?"
So I do this, and I immediately do this for
and,
some reason,
and like shakes it.
because I thought that whenever he handed it to me, I felt the bottom of it. And I was like, okay, that's a seal. That's the zip seal. And so I turn it like this, and I start shaking it, and it all falls out on the floor.
Taco is okay with you doing that
Yeah,
again.
well, Taco, she could have been here last week. And
He is
would have
very
never
excited
known.
right now.
So then he does that, and my first reaction is like, "What the fuck, Dustin?" And Cole goes, "That's just disrespect." And Dustin's like, "You handed it to me upside down." I was like, "Absolutely did not." Thankfully, we had video proof.
Yeah, we did.
And that night, I went home. We stayed up late that night
Yeah, we
recording.
did.
Well, we started late too.
We did start really
We
late.
started like 6:30. It was. But I got home. I was like, I need to watch this now.
Yeah, and he sent it to us.
I sent it to him. I was like,
It was pretty
100
hilarious.
All you did was take it and dump
I
that
did.
shit
I literally
right out.
took it, and I wasn't even looking. I took it. He handed it over to me, and I dumped it upside down immediately because I thought that was the top. So, anyways, jerky.com. This is the taste test number 2.
This is Sam's official taste test.
Oh man, you got a big piece out of that one. No, I don't want you touching mine.
They're all big.
I'll do my own. Hey, look,
Like-
this is how you grab
I'm
jerky.
so proud of you.
Sam got the only small piece in there.
This is how you grab jerky right here.
I don't know why I grabbed it. I'm not going to eat with the microphone on.
He can't stand it.
I'm not. Yeah.
He can't
I'll
stand the
smack.
smacking.
Please don't. God damn it. Another fucking Shelby over here. Shelby.
I don't. It's a pet peeve of mine. I won't.
Oh, it's so awful. The first time we did a taste test for jerky.com, I was eating and I had to take my headphones off like I have right now because I can't stand to hear myself eat. Like I do not want any of that on recording. And so I just took it off. I was like, this is too much for me. So what do you think?
Very good. Has a nice little bit of sweetness, but that nice chipotle
Still kind of
smokiness
hot,
and
yeah.
a little kick.
All right,
See
so
what Taco thinks.
all right, so we just poured another beer. What do we got? What do we got here?
So this is Coaster's, our Pilsner. So just a step above the La Raza. Gonna get a little bit of, I like to say it's gonna be more like a Coors Original. Whereas we have a Kolsch that's like,
That's what I'm talking about.
for the light drinkers, it's gonna be a little bit, this has a little bit of kick, a bitterness at the end.
What's the name? Just
Coasters.
Coasters, like where you put your beer on. Mm-hmm. So how'd you come?
Which we don't have currently. But pandemic, we had cost cutting. I'm working on ordering new ones, but I should have coincided it with this beer release that just came back out this past week. So this used to be on all the time. Again, lagers take about 8 weeks, and tank space is a problem.
You want more?
I still have some. Thank you. Tank space is a problem. That if you can make an ale in 2 weeks, you could make 4 of them in the time that it takes to make one lager. So
Okay.
we, with our Kolsch and our Mexican lager already on and taking up tank space, we had to consolidate and make this a seasonal, which I love this beer. But the Kolsch and Mexican lager do sell better than this. So yeah, that's why it's not on all the time. But it did come up. We have this beautiful pecan tree bar top. And it was cut from a 100-year-old pecan tree.
Oh wow,
And it has a live edge.
Have you ever been there, Dustin?
I have not.
Oh, it's
I want to go
beautiful.
today, but it was closed.
Are you closed on Mondays?
We are closed on Mondays.
Dang.
So it has a live edge.
You want a super secret time? He only knew that because when we're doing our show meeting, I was looking up to write that commercial.
And it said
I
closed.
was like, I was closed on Monday. And but before he said this, like I was going to try to go there. I was going to look up see if they were open. He did say that, so he did have the intentions.
I really did.
He had the intentions.
Let's just be the dick.
Obviously,
like Ricky
I've been
is.
there before. I haven't been there a ton, but I've been there a few times. We were there opening day. I've been a few times since then. Most recently, just a couple months ago. But I just don't get out of Burleson a lot, and I hate that because I love
Don't worry.
supporting my friends, especially.
My office is off of Haltom City in 121.
Yeah.
So
It's on your way home.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But I've also been very lucky for the last couple of years because Sam has been playing kickball with us.
Oh yeah, so you get to try all the beers.
Well, she just brings the beers. She'll bring us a mini keg,
Okay.
a tiny keg.
Now I do the crawlers because we haven't had enough people.
Crowlers with the C.
I felt like I was wasting beer if we didn't drink the whole keg. So
Yeah,
exactly.
I can bring different flavors if I do the crawlers.
So tell me, what is the? Because for me, like the last beer that we had was just like perfect to me. Like you said, I like Modelo. Mm-hmm. So it tasted really, really, really just crisp and fresh for me. This one tastes great. However, it has that just a certain taste that I'm used to seeing, I guess, in a Pilsner.
Yeah.
What does that taste?
Yeah, so that's the bitterness from the hops.
Bitterness. So it's more hoppy. That's what I'm getting at. Okay.
And it's
so
not going to be
more
hoppy like an IPA.
Right.
But you do have a little bit more of that. Saaz hops are used in this. And you're just going to get that little bit of a bite on the end.
Right. Yeah.
So like
that's
I
exactly
said,
what it is. The bite on the end.
it's like a difference between Coors Original and Coors
Right.
Light. You're not
No,
going to get
exactly.
that bite with the light, and you
Gotcha.
are with the original.
But here's the difference between this and like the Coors Original or the Budweiser, like you said, is I don't get like it's not a lingering taste. It's like
not lingering,
it's
it's
just
not
smooth. It's
heavy.
good. Yeah,
It's not heavy.
it's like a great tasting light beer.
What I
Oh, we tried that, the Troy Aikman beer 8.
yeah.
Have you tried that?
No,
That's
I
pretty
haven't.
good. I didn't think it's bad.
It's got a good flavor. I would not go out of my way to order it or find
Unless
it.
you were getting it from Troy Aikman.
Well,
Yeah, exactly. Unless it came from his hand.
Which
you know.
I did not go to one of those places where he was doing that.
Yeah. For like 20 minutes.
But like, yeah, but I wouldn't go out of my way to find his beer or go out of my way to go to the store to find that beer. But your Mexican lager, I
Oh, yeah.
would definitely go out of my
That
way
was
to
great.
drink that one.
That was great.
And everyone that I know of that has tried it loves it.
Yeah.
And I feel bad because I haven't tried enough of your other beers. Obviously, the culture. I've tried that one. I have done the 2 peanut butters, 1 cup.
And I brought that one today.
Did you?
Ooh, nice.
Oh, I think you're gonna like that one, Desdo.
So what I can compare this to is the Fireman 4.
Ooh, that's a good.
That's just what I can compare it to. Because I would drink it. However, it's not one, like you said, Ricky, I would go out of my way to order. The last one we had, I would order that one for sure. I'm just saying. That was great.
And everyone's mom loves Mexican lager.
That's what I'm saying.
All mom love a delicious Mexican lager.
Yeah.
I'm glad you enjoyed our stupid commercial.
Then we came up on the fly.
Yeah, like,
I mean, it took a few beers, but we came up with it.
my favorite part of any commercial that we write is the tagline.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it's always questionable. Is like when someone reads it, are they going to like that tagline? Because they could seem kind of inappropriate if you read it the right way, which is the whole purpose of it. But all in all, I think that's a great tagline.
Oh, it's a great tagline. Because at first we were going to say, every mom likes a good picnic.
Yeah,
But then
we were very lame, and I was like,
it was like, no.
your mom's favorite Mexican lager.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that. And then it turned in because all
Every
moms
mom
love
a good
a
Mexican
good
lager.
Mexican lager,
Yeah, that's right.
which is true, right?
Especially Texas moms.
So what did you do before Funky Picnic?
Yeah.
I worked at Alcon. I was an engineer.
Oh, really? What kind of
yeah.
engineer?
Whoa.
Biomedical.
Damn.
Which
That sounds
like
super
you
important.
throw engineer and biomedical together and people get scared.
I am scared.
Yeah.
A little scared.
What does that even mean?
So if you think of an engineer, you're thinking of like, oh, you're worrying about the forces of concrete and steel and things like that. It's the same thing except for it's on tissues or bone or different things like that, which can act completely different depending on the amount of force that's applied to them.
Okay.
So
Science. She
Yeah.
just said some science terms.
but I found it very interesting. I just got a little burnout in the corporate world. So I hit 10
nothing wrong with
years, 10 years at Alcon, and was like, cool, 10 years. That's awesome. And then I was like, okay, how long till early retirement?
Yeah.
22 more years. I have to do
Damn.
this for more than twice as much as I've already been doing it.
Damn.
I can't do that.
That's a tough place to leave too.
Yeah.
Because it's a really my
Well,
mom.
I went back.
Okay.
Thanks to a pandemic. I went back.
So
and
you-
then
okay.
I just left again.
Right. So okay. So when you started Funky Picnic, or before you started Funky Picnic, you left Alcon.
Correct.
Was it before, after, when?
So I went to part-time in January of 2019 and then I quit in April of 2019.
Okay.
And then we opened in June. And then in August of 2020, I'd been a year and a half with no paycheck and 6 months into a pandemic. And I was like, I'll take a job again.
I love that you were so committed to Funky Picnic, and you believed in it that much that you were like, F this job, fuck this job, that with an amazing company. I know this because my mom worked there for so long. She retired from there. And you're like, you believed in yourself so much that you did that. And that's awesome. And the only thing that held you back, and you had to go back, was because there was a pandemic, and
Yeah.
you got to make, you got to
And
pay
luckily,
bills.
I'm a hard worker, obviously.
and
And, so my
luckily-
boss said, yeah, when can you start?
Yes,
and,
that's what I'm saying. Not a lot of people get to come back
Yeah,
when
exactly.
they leave.
And I was a contractor, so I worked part-time.
Okay.
So I worked 20 to 30 hours a week.
Okay, so when the first your first venture, there 10 years in there, you were an actual employee.
Yes.
And
yes.
then when you went back in 2020,
2020.
I was a contractor.
you were a contractor. So you were.
So I was actually employed through an outside company.
Okay.
But I was in the same group that I had left when I last was there.
Basically doing the same job, just
Correct.
not directly with them.
And not for the, same pay or benefits or
So
any of those things.
An engineer in biotech, what was it?
Biomedical engineering.
Biomedical engineering. How does that affiliate with you creating Funky Picnic and beer and stuff? Is there any correspondence or?
There is actually. So I was a manager at Alcon. I managed for 4 years our R&D pilot line, which was like our mini manufacturing line. That took a lot of obviously management.
Yeah.
And so that's where my general manager role came in. I actually really enjoyed being a manager, and that was part of where I knew I would enjoy doing that and being able to create a different environment for service industry that don't always get a great team environment to work in. But we also had FDA audits, like health inspections. I helped when I left the manager role and became an independent contributor. I then supported that group by building new clean rooms for the manufacturing process. And so I got to do some construction builds and validation work with that. And so I used a lot of that experience in helping build out Funky Picnic.
Yeah.
Okay, so your management side of some part of R&D, research and development. How involved were you in any research and development? Because that fascinates me, like the testing of products and stuff.
We basically were like anything from the very first test, like, hey, will this design, this material, any of that, will it work at all?
Yeah.
We would make some of those first things, just can we make it? And then does it work if we can make it? And then we would do that all the way through to testing, where you're just doing bench testing, and then all the way actually to clinicals, where they actually went and humanized.
So what is bench testing? If I'm dumb.
Bench testing would be if you were just doing, like, if I have a machine that's going to test the the mechanical stability of something.
So you're not like putting eye drops in monkeys.
No.
Okay.
No. So we specifically made IOLs, which is cataract replacement lenses, and so that's actually implanted in you rather than like a contact lens that you can take out. So it's a class 3 medical device, which is the highest level. So it has a lot of regulations. So before you can get to even, let's just put this in your eye and see if it works.
Yeah.
You have a lot of bench testing that says, okay, can it meet all these requirements?
And then eventually, how does human testing work on that? Like, who's the first person that says, yeah, I'll let you surgically insert a contact lens in my eye that I can never take out?
So you can take it out. It's just a little bit bigger procedure.
Okay.
But, and they do offer that. So
like, hold on. When you say you can take it out. You can take it out. Can you take it out at home by yourself?
No.
Are you watching the Twitch stream?
I am. I'm promoting Twitch right now.
Okay,
Unlike Shelby, this is actually a live event occurring.
Are you sending it to people
Yes.
and telling them to watch this and listen to this?
It accidentally came across my phone. I apologize.
You're all good, man.
Oh, my Lord.
It's kind of shocking when you hear yourself talking in the past tense. Like,
Also, are we boring you?
No, not at all.
obviously,
I got a
we're
text
boring
message.
everybody. I'm so bored, I'm going to watch them
No,
5
I got a
seconds
text.
later.
I heard about all your engineering stuff. We're all good. Everybody can see me on the Twitch. I'm involved.
He's so involved.
So involved.
Yeah, we need to turn
I'm
that
this
camera.
involved.
We need to turn the camera because I'm too close. Oh, we can't see your white legs this week.
Oh, yeah. I got pantalones
Last
on.
week, we literally got a comment saying, those legs are fucking white.
By our one viewer, which was Mikey.
Which our cousin Mikey. Which is the only person we told we were doing it.
Yeah.
Like, nobody else knew about it. So it was kind of funny that he put a comment. It was like, damn, those legs are white. Because we're all quarter Mexicans.
Yeah. Yeah, all. I'm the same amount of Mexican as Ricky. He just looks a lot more. Just saying.
Yeah, I'm half Colombian.
Yeah.
And half Mexican, half white.
Yeah.
It all makes sense.
I only
It's a
get the
lot of
Mexican.
halves.
I didn't get the Colombian.
Well, it's a half and then 2 halves. It's my favorite way to describe myself because I love the reactions that people come like, that doesn't make sense. Like, it does in my mind because I'm half Colombian, which is my dad's side.
Yeah.
And I'm half Mexican, half white, which is my mom's side. It makes perfectly good sense.
Half and half. So he's a quarter and a quarter.
I'm half Colombian, half Mexican, half white.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm half Mexican, half white as well.
No, you're not
No.
though.
I'm half white, three
And then-
quarters.
No, you're half white, then
3/4
half
white.
Mexican, half white.
No. Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
no, 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 no. I'm full white, then half Mexican.
Well, you're wearing pants right now, so we can't tell with those legs. Otherwise, I would agree with you.
So Taco,
Yeah.
what kind of dog is Taco?
Taco's a mutt.
Well, Taco's pretty cute. Just saying.
She does not take any offense to that. Obviously, I think she's part husky and blue heeler.
Oh, okay. I can see the blue heeler and the husky, I guess.
Yeah.
I like the short snout. She has
Yeah,
a short snout.
I like to say she has a little bit of Chihuahua mixed in because she has the little ears and nose. But she's a really good dog. I want more. This
No,
is my favorite
go
beer.
Oh, then I shouldn't have taken so much.
That's fine.
You can take the rest. Dustin can wait.
Yeah, no, I got.
Do
the
we have
next
still
one.
2 more
I'm good.
beers to try?
Yeah.
2 more beers. The others are going to be a lot different than these.
Yeah.
Obviously, we have
2
the-
peanut butter cups, 2 peanut butters, 1
2
That's
peanut
gotta be
butters,
the
1
next
cup.
one.
And then we have What is a Weekend, which
Oh.
is an Earl Grey dark sour.
Is that the one I got yelled at because I was going to make that in the first one?
Hold on.
I think so.
It's a sour. Because for some reason, and I might be way wrong on this,
You're Ray.
I thought
You're
John
Ray wrong. You're Ray wrong.
I thought John said it's tough to start doing a sour because if you do it wrong, then everything has to be a sour.
So sour, you do have to be careful because it basically can get into your other beers. But if you're clean and you do it correctly, then you can have both.
And it might not have been John who said that. I could be thinking way off on that, but I remember somebody saying...
Sounds like something John would say.
I remember somebody saying that if you do something wrong with the sours, then everything has to be sour.
Yeah. So brewing is a bunch of cleaning. And
Yeah.
because you're working with yeast, which is a living organism, and they grow and they'll get into nooks and crannies. You have to have sanitary welds on all your stuff. You have to clean everything really well. And using a different type of yeast that makes sour beer, if it gets into any of those other things or even gets into the air and gets into the other things, that can infect your whole brewery
Yeah.
because you didn't want the other things to be sour. So it's infection, even though it's not like a bad flavor.
It's it's not like a infection.
It's a bad flavor for that beer. You wouldn't want this beer, Coasters, to be
Right.
sour.
Yeah, it's not like an infection that would cause you to have to shut down everything and you can't serve anymore.
You would just have to make all sours.
Yeah.
and
So
there
I
are
was
breweries that have done that.
whoever told me that was somewhat correct on it.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
Okay.
But we have precautions. It's been done. It can be done. We don't do a lot of sours, but there's also different ways that you can make sours that keep things a little bit better.
How often do you do sours?
We usually have one on, which means every 2 months we might be brewing one. We just made a blood orange goza last Monday, a week ago, for our staff brew. So the staff got to choose the style, and they came out and helped. And so that was another sour that we did.
My buddy from Vegas just sent me 4 different sours that were really good. So I sent them after we tried the Martin House mustard relish pickle beer. Oh, it's just so good. I see you making that face, and I understand it. I originally thought the same thing. The word relish really threw me off.
The
It's
word.
the Jurassic Park quote. They were so busy trying to
do it.
figure out if they could. They didn't figure out if they should.
Do you like the pickle beer?
It's okay. I'd rather just, if I wanted pickle juice, I'd drink pickle juice, but I'm not.
See, I love beer and I love pickle juice to the point where I have over 20 jars of pickles in my fridge right now, at minimum.
But I'd rather have one or the other.
Okay.
I don't really want them together. And I don't like the spicy pickle beer.
Really?
I don't like the spicy one either.
I like spice pickle
No,
beers.
I'm not it.
So do you like mustard on like your hamburgers, corn dogs? Then you would not like this beer.
No.
Yeah. Then you definitely would not.
like I told Ricky, this is the best way I can describe it. Is that I want some French fries because it's like I've already had the hamburger, and I want some French fries afterwards because you can taste.
Wait
the
till
mustard
next
and
week. They'll
everything.
probably make that beer.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like that's a little angst against them. What do you got against the
I'm just
Martin
saying,
House?
they'll do it.
They'll just make whatever the fuck.
Yeah,
I will say we talked about making a ranch dressing beer for years,
Ooh.
and we never did it.
That's a game changer. Ranch dressing beer.
And it was actually going to be a cream ale, like the base, like the dad bod with
Whoa.
dill and the other spices. So not with ranch dressing in it, just like inspired by ranch dressing. And then they just took Hidden Valley packets and threw it in a beer. I did not have that. So I don't know how that was, but we had enough people I was like, well, let's just try it. But we never did it.
I've taken the Valley Ranch packets and put them in pickles.
Ooh.
And that's really good. I don't know about a ranch beer. That's intriguing. I mean, I would definitely try it. I'll try anything. Even if I don't like it, I'll try it and then just finish it for some dumb reason.
I like the blueberry with the mint.
Okay, that one was terrible. We've done a lot of Martin House beers lately just because it's on my way home. It was.
You know who else is on your way home? Because we're just the other side of the highway.
I know. God damn it.
The bright side of the highway, too, on the way home.
She called me out, and she's not wrong. All right. The next 3 episodes, we're trying
Yeah, no kidding.
more Funky House beers.
We're going there for lunch, I'm telling you right now.
I'm wondering if the beer slushy would be
Till
good
Thursday.
to go.
I'll be there. Thursday, I'll be there.
I mean, it's going to melt.
Do you sell it by the gallon? Because we can throw it in that freezer right there.
Yeah.
We've done it plenty of times with margaritas.
Yeah. Well,
Just
yeah.
get the beer
We
and
had margaritas on the rocks, and they turned into frozen
get the
real
beer
quick.
in your own ice cream machine and
Oh, that's a good idea. Get my own margarita machine. Buy that by the gallon or by the
crowler.
howler.
Crowler.
Get
Either
howler.
one.
To the
Both
same
are
thing.
correct.
I can't get a growler. It has to be a howler or a cowler. And get a couple of cowlers, throw them in
Crowler.
the crowler. God damn it. I think it's time to take a break.
Yeah. I got a pee too.
We'll take a small break and come back because I have more questions for you.
Yeah, and we need another beer.
And we need another beer. Funky Picnic is a locally owned and operated brew pub located off of Bryan Avenue in the heart of Fort Worth.
At Funky Picnic, we serve specialty beers that are all brewed in-house.
Hey, Sam, do y'all serve food?
Yeah, we have a full menu. Appetizers, salads, dinner plates, burgers, and sandwiches. We also have a daily special. You can get a cheeseburger and your choice of our Kolsch, Mexican lager, or Hefeweizen for only $10 every day.
Follow the Funky Picnic Gram to stay up to date on new beer releases and any future events, from trivia to drag show.
To schedule an event or private party, check out the form on our website at funkypicnicbrewery.com.
Funky Picnic Brewery, because all moms love a good Mexican lager.
Hi, I'm Elena Sims, a Vice President at Community National Mortgage. I'm here to take care of all of your lending needs to finance your next home. Whether you're purchasing an existing home or working with a builder, I can help. For application information, you can visit my Facebook page at TX Lending Made Easy.
Elena Sims, NMLS 1193345.
Your mom's favorite equal housing lender. All right, so what's this new beer?
Good Lord, you yelled.
I was
was
hoping
loud.
to. I had to get it in before you came in.
Oh, all you have to do is say you want to talk.
I didn't have to say
fucking
anything.
talk.
I just talked. And you're like, God damn, you're loud. Well, yeah, no shit.
Was he loud? He was loud, right? It's not just
No.
me.
I think your goddamn your loud was just as loud.
Oh, it was. It
Yeah.
was. I heard myself talking like maybe my headphones are up too high. Then I felt kind of bad. But
So,
then he yelled at me again. I was
anyways.
like, now I got to keep it going.
What beer are we trying now?
This is What is a Weekend?
Are your ears good? Do we need to turn you up or down? I should ask you that an hour ago. But
They're good.
What's a weekend?
What is a weekend?
Ooh,
It's a
8%.
Earl Grey
Damn.
English dark sour.
it looks like I'm about to drink some coffee.
Yeah, looks like Earl.
Or tea from Britain, British tea.
Yeah.
European tea. There we go. I figured it out.
Yeah.
So the
When I tap
I
glasses.
can't
Yeah.
see you through it.
the name is from Downton Abbey. I don't
Okay.
get the reference, but all right.
I don't get the reference either, but it makes sense with my whole.
Oh, wow.
But we
European
first
British
released this in April of 2020, and it also at that time, because everyone was working from home, was like, "What is a weekend?" Because every day kind of felt
Yeah.
the same because you
That's
couldn't go out, you didn't go to work.
It's a lot of flavors at once.
Yeah.
It
Good or
really is.
bad?
I mean, it tastes good, but it's just a lot at once.
So I think most people think of sours as like a lighter beer,
Yeah, so
and
it's a
this is
sour.
obviously dark,
It is dark.
so it's like a
It's a lot at once.
brown sour. But yeah, you have milk sugar
Brown sour.
that gives it that sweetness, And then you have the Earl Grey tea.
It's pretty delicious.
Yeah. Evidently, this was
It's good.
This is
our head brewer, Harper. His wife, they were in Arizona, I think, and had a similar beer at a brewery, and she loved it, and so we had to brew it for her.
Huh.
So that's where this beer
Well,
came from.
did it meet her expectations?
Yeah, she loves it.
Okay.
I might like that better than La Raza.
No.
Hold on.
No.
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 Look,
No.
hold on.
No.
But I just couldn't drink it
Regularly.
like 3 or 4 beers in a row.
Yeah.
Like La Raza, I can keep drinking.
But you could if you tried.
A challenge.
I mean,
Is that a challenge?
anybody could.
But you know what I'm saying? It's like, I love this beer. Like, this is so fucking good. You don't like it that much?
I mean, it's great.
It's definitely
it's got a lot of flavors.
different flavor profile.
It's definitely different. It's definitely I taste a sour taste to it.
I taste the tea. I taste the sour.
I mean,
slight
La Raza-
sweetness. It's like,
La Raza was like the perfect beer for me. It's hard to. It's hard to.
No, I
move,
get that.
'cause I'm a simple man. I like Coors Light.
you definitely are a simple
So
man.
this is why we say
Simple.
we have craft beer for every taste, right? So we have the Coors Light drinkers.
Oh, easy.
We have the, British tea sour drinkers, and we have the IPA. I didn't bring an IPA today, but we have IPAs. We have stouts.
Yeah.
We have all of those things. We try and brew. We have 15 beers on tap, so we try and just have a range of beers. We also have a Hefeweizen that's like Blue Moon.
The Hefeweizen's really good.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So
I
y'all
do
don't
like
can
Blue Moon.
anything. It's just straight.
There's a crowler right
well,
over there.
you know what I mean. I can't go buy a 6-pack.
No, you can't.
From the store.
Our whole space is 4,600 square feet, and
Okay.
only about 400 or 500 of that is the brewery.
Yeah.
So most of the is the tap room or the kitchen, bathrooms, walk-in cooler, all that stuff. So most of our space is. We really wanted to be in a walkable area, which means higher rent, rather than Martin House or somebody that's going to be in an industrial warehouse district and have a little bit cheaper per square foot rent. We knew we'd be around other restaurants and things like that, and we had to consolidate so that we could pay rent.
Yeah,
and that helped for sure when we didn't even get to use 2,500 square feet of our facility during the lockdowns. I was like, I built out. We have this beautiful mural and all of these things that we made, this pecan bar
Right.
and all of these things that nobody gets to see because they just get to drive up in their car and take food and beer home.
So
At any point, did you think you were going to we're going to have to close this place down? We just built it, and now it might be time to just walk away. Did you ever have that feeling or consideration?
I'm a realist, so I always plan for the worst
Okay.
and then try and fix it.
Okay. Now, this is completely off topic. Me and my cousin
From
Mikey.
you, never.
My cousin, I don't know why I'm involving anybody else in this conversation. It doesn't matter. I have conversations in my head trying to create conversations that I might have later on.
You should see a doctor about
Like
that.
with other people. Does that make sense? You think I should see a doctor? Because I feel like it's normal. I also have a walking playlist going on. There's
No, I do the same thing.
like you literally
Yeah.
like have conversation with somebody. It's like, this might get confrontational, so if they say this, that's what I'm gonna say.
Mm-hmm.
A dozen different things come out. Right after Mikey did his, I'll pull it up. I don't like getting on my phone while we're on the podcast. Dustin loves getting on his phone.
I am. Yeah. Love it.
He loves
Even
it.
though I'm paying attention.
Are you?
I am.
What are we talking about?
You can't even figure out words to create, so
Right. What are you talking about though?
If only he edited them.
yeah, exactly. If only you edited it.
Y'all are dicks. What are we
The
talking about,
words.
Dustin?
We're talking about this great beer.
Okay. Like I said, he wasn't paying attention.
To what you were saying, because you're always talking.
Yeah.
So, anyways, this great beer.
So, Mikey sent me a text because he does a live Twitch stream every Saturday night. He lives in Denver. He does the low tech, lo-fi,
Lo-fi,
low life
low-life.
punk show, and he just plays punk music. But he also takes requests from anybody and will play literally anything. And it's on Twitch.tv. What we're on right now at Twitch.tv/Sims
Mikey
and
and
Leon.
Lassie.
Well, we're going to do ours first.
Okay.
Twitch.tv/Sims and
I'm
Leon.
going to send in my request for Bob and Tom Camel Toe song right now.
Mikey, you heard it. Bob and Tom Camel Toe song.
You said anything.
No, you're right. First of all, when we talked about in our pilot episode, we talked about why we got into talk radio and stuff. Bob and Tom was one of the reasons because I love Bob and Tom.
You know what song I'm talking about?
I don't know the song, but I love Bob and Tom.
I see your camel too. Your coochie, your cooter.
So Mikey sent me a text after he was done with the low-tech, lo-fi, low-life punk show, and he ended early this week because somebody killed the entire Reddit stream.
Oh, I fucked it up.
We didn't get it keep going because they requested like country music and Lady Gaga.
It wasn't me.
And I never said it was you. I just said somebody.
You just said.
Did I say it was him?
You
I
called
somebody.
my ass out. You knew exactly.
I was
who
calling
it
him out
was.
without saying his name.
Oh my!
But he
God.
sent me a text like, I got 99 problems and 86 of them are completely made up scenarios in my head that I'm stressing about for absolutely no logical reason. I was like, 100% absolutely correct.
Sorry, I killed it. Didn't mean to, bro.
I don't think you killed that. It was just a bad night for. I got a text from Dustin. It was a bad night for the Reddit side of it.
Yeah. Wow.
But yeah, we're talking about having conversations in your head about.
I heard
later.
all that. Yes.
Do you think you heard that? Like
Probably not.
He says he did, but I don't
Gonna
think he
play
did.
it off.
Hey, I didn't spill beef jerky on the ground, so we're all good.
Yeah.
Yeah, Taco's still pissed.
That's
at you
another
about
thing you
that.
blamed me for.
Oh, please.
All right, let's talk about the food at Funky Picnic.
Yes, that's what I want to know
Yeah.
about. So I was going to ask a question, but Ricky interrupted me like 3 or 4 times.
That's what I do.
And
Yes,
I don't mean
he has
to.
terrible
and
questions.
I don't. Yeah, it's gonna be terrible because you're gonna be like, "Why the fuck are you bringing this up?" And I'm gonna say this: discretion advised. However, my guys, because it's close to our shop, we pick and we go to Cowtown Brewery a lot. Mm-hmm. How close is it to y'all? First of all,
We're the other side of downtown.
okay.
So just
not
as far
too far
north
away.
from downtown as they are, we're that far south.
They're closer
Okay.
to us than they are.
All right.
Yeah. They're on.
I don't really.
So I worked at Cowtown.
You did.
And there for 6 months they were open. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Sean's a friend of mine, and I had volunteered at Martin House for years, and then quit so that I could focus on Funky Picnic and our home brewing and stuff. And
Right.
then when I knew Funky Picnic was going to happen, I worked at Martin House was getting ready to open the tap room instead of the old space for those of us that have been around a while. And
So what was the old space before it was a tap room?
that was not part of their leased area,
Okay,
so
so
they moved
acquired
into
it.
that. Yeah. And then they opened that tap room where they were going to sell by the pint instead of just tours. And so I worked there for the first 6 months that was open. And then I worked at Cowtown. And both of those helped me get experience that helped me build Funky Picnic.
There you go.
And Cowtown, that's why, like, I know exactly where they are. I worked there. Good friends of mine. So, yeah.
Cool. I mean, their lunch prices are a little on the high side.
It's meat,
It's
barbecue.
good beer.
It's not like the pandemic's been,
No. Oh, I know.
kind to anything.
For sure. But we go and we support them. And
Mm-hmm.
I will definitely go down and support you.
Yeah.
Because now I know where I need to go. Because we got some of the good beer down there.
I paid $14 for Fast Taco Nachos, which is
Oh
fast
my
food.
God. Fast Tacos gotten outrageous. I sent Ricky a Snapchat of this too this weekend. So a number one consists of a tostada, a burrito, and a taco, right?
And a drink.
And a drink. All right. They've gone up in price, right? It's pretty.
Yeah.
It's considerably high compared to what it used to be. So I asked for no onions on the burrito and add meat to the burrito.
Oh, that's a mistake.
$2 to add meat to the burrito. Am I getting a pound of meat? Like, am I getting a pound? No. $2. It was over $10 just for one meal. Over $10 for a
That's-
fast food joint. Fast
That's
food joint.
cheap.
It is. It really is.
I mean,
yeah,
have you
you're
seen
right,
what
nowadays.
food prices are
No,
doing?
you're right.
Okay,
It's cheap for nowadays.
No, this is perfect because now we get to look at an insider's look on it.
Yeah.
Because I look at Fast Tacos like they're raising their prices. They'll probably never open their lobby back up because now they have drive-through.
Yeah.
They haven't lost any sales.
And they've already paid for the parking lot.
They've redid their entire parking lot since COVID started. They upgraded their prices. One of the owners, Bob, who lives on my parents' street,
Yeah,
built
speaking
a
of Bob.
giant garage and driveway and fancy shit.
Come explain yourself.
And he literally, super secret time. If you're listening, Fast Taco, there's nothing as you. Bob said that 2020 they made more money that year than they had in the previous 3 years.
Yeah, fast food joints killed it.
Yeah. And that's why I don't think they'll ever open their lobby back up.
Yeah.
They're like, people will still come here.
Oh, no.
go
Also,
through the
they can't
drive-thru.
staff it.
Yeah, that's true. Because
Staffing's
too.
horrible.
Oh yeah,
right
for
now.
sure.
and what's really
That's
fucking
why I don't. Do I look tired? Because I've been working
Yeah.
doubles for like, I don't know, a month.
so like
every day.
Fast Taco closed one of their locations because they're rebuilding, not because they just want to upgrade. It was a lease they had with the city of Crowley. They knew they were going to have to rebuild this year, so they're rebuilding. So they closed that one. So you would think that staff could have moved to the other couple of stores they have.
You would have thought.
And I can get Fast Taco on Sunday, but no, I have to settle. I have to
No.
go somewhere else on Sundays. I can't get my Fast Taco fix.
Hey,
And
But
it's,
Chick-fil-A.
he goes
Yeah.
to Taco Casa.
don't tell me fucking secrets,
Hey,
man.
Taco Casa, you're good too, bro. We
Yeah.
don't care. We don't care how many crackheads you employ. It's
Taco
still good
Casa,
food.
I love the idea of a national brand sponsoring us, so fuck Fast Taco.
We're open to everybody.
All right,
Including
Anyone that gives you free tacos.
Jerky.com.
So how did you originally come up with y'all's menu, and how much has it
Whoa,
changed?
whoa. How did you originally come up with a name? That's what I
Funky
wanna know.
Picnic?
Funky
Yes.
Picnic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, what was the original name when y'all were working out of the garage?
Let's ask my question first.
No. But yeah. My question builds up to this. But
It
just
can-
because I know it was different.
It can all
Okay.
be part of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
We had a few names actually. I'm trying to even remember. Panther Street
Panther
Ooh.
Street.
was the first
Okay.
one. So we've always wanted to incorporate Fort Worth.
Perfect.
Fort Worth was always a part of it. So whether it being Panther City
Cool.
or Fort or Funky Town, all of those came into play with all of our names. And my business partner, Colin Zreet,
So is it just you and Colin partners, or is there other partners?
we're the managing members. Sorry, I keep burping.
That's fine. You can burp on
like
the mic.
beer.
We don't care. We can blame
it's
it
like
on
what
me
it
or
does.
Dustin.
So when Colin or John, Jenny, and I and our friend Ashley were brewing beer, and then Ashley and I joined Ultimate Frisbee League and met Colin. And when we went to add each other on Facebook, I was like, wait, you went to high school with Jenny, because all of Jenny's high school friends
Our friends.
are our friends in common. And he was like, yeah, I did go to high school with Jenny. So it was this weird coincidence that we met him.
Nice.
And then we started all brewing together, because he'd been brewing since college on his own, and he knew a little bit about one of the homebrew competitions in Dallas. And so we kind of joined up with him and started brewing. So the first one, he was going by Zreet Street because his last name's Zreet.
Right.
And so we kind of combined it and called ourselves Panther Street.
Right.
And then we were like, okay, that was just like the first year to kind of get out there to have a name. And so we changed and we decided to be Fort Brewing. And that was because Fort for Fort Worth, nicknamed the Fort. And then also because we just love the idea of an adult treehouse type space.
You
So
like the treehouse.
when we were talking about like a brew pub, we were thinking, what if you had it to where it had this treehouse feel, just kind of an adult fort, like pillow and blanket fort, but like upscale type, not upscale, but
Yeah.
just an adult version of that. So that was our idea. And when we started looking at things a little bit further, we realized copyright wise, there is a beer called Fort from Dogfish Head, and they have owned that copyright for years. And they also owned a copyright for their beer Namaste, and there was a Namaste Brewing in Austin who actually got shut down and had to change their name because Dogfish Head gave them copyright infringement.
Huh.
And so there was actually from the same brewery and in Texas, there was like, hey, they did go against this. They, sat there and did what they're supposed to do, which is protected their copyright.
Yeah.
And so let's come up with another name, and we really couldn't. So when the current iteration of Funky Picnic started coming about, I was scrolling through Pinterest looking at food, and I kind of came across artisan sandwiches. And I was like, okay. At this point, I wasn't sure who else was going to be on board. And I was like, if I had to do this on my own, let's think smaller scale. What would I do on my own? What do I think I can handle? Bringing in a chef, things like that. So I looked at the artisan sandwiches and I was like, picnic food.
Yeah.
Funky picnic, funky town, funky picnic. Like, even if we expanded, though, it's not too tied to Fort Worth.
Right.
And it really
Yeah, for sure.
It really just seemed to hit and really click, and it went from there. So we hired Chef Josh Ronhell, several months before we opened, in probably like February or March of 2019. And he came up with a recipe. I think in his interview, he was like, yeah, this is one of the examples of like a sandwich I think we would do. And it was the TABC. He already had the name. So if you don't know, the TABC is the Texas Alcohol and Beverage Commission, which does all of our licensing for alcohol.
We have a friend that's on a lot with us from Kentucky, and we talked about the TABC a few times. Like, we just have the ABC, and it's like, yeah, because Texas has their own thing.
Yeah.
Like, everyone else has the ABC. We have the TABC.
TABC. So his idea for a TABC sandwich was turkey, avocado, bacon, cheddar, but like with a peppercorn dille aioli and on sourdough. And
I'm already sold.
It's still on our menu because it's
if I was
so
in town
good.
tomorrow, I'd totally go. Jesus.
Yeah,
I tried to go today, but y'all are closed.
he tried to go so hard that we went to the brewery instead.
But yeah, so we came up with a whole like picnic fair themed menu.
Yeah, okay, that makes a lot of sense.
And that's what we opened with. And it was, why don't you have fries? Well, because you don't take, like, fries would be soggy at a picnic. You know, we have chips. They're house-made chips. They're very good.
Their house-made chips are awesome, and their dips, the way you sell them are perfect. Because you can add on different dips.
So we don't do chips and dip anymore, but you could.
Oh.
So we don't have onion dip. We still have the pimento cheese.
What?
And you can still do the buttermilk. The onion dip's the only thing we don't have.
Okay.
But that's just not an app anymore.
That's a good stuff.
Okay. But yeah. So they used to have this, but I won't talk about it anymore. All right. So when you opened up, it was sandwiches, chips.
Yeah. Sandwiches, chips.
So
we still had
do you have
appetizers.
French fries now?
We do have French fries now. So we gave that about 6 months, and we had a bunch of people saying, well, so this is a lunch menu? And we were like, no, I'll eat sandwiches all the time. But I guess for some people, like,
True.
they don't want a sandwich at night. So we added burgers and burgers, fish and chips. We added wings.
A burger is a sandwich, though.
Wings
a
are
little
the
bit
thing.
more pub food.
Hold on. A burger is a sandwich.
I mean, if you're getting technical.
We're going to go into sandwich
Is it not?
conspiracies now.
If a burger is a
They're
sandwich, then a
literal-
hot dog is a taco. Okay, keep going.
But what's a Pop-Tart?
A Pop-Tart is a...
Appetizer.
Hold on. I'm trying to think of... There's like a...
There's a Matrix.
There is a matrix of this. Have you looked into
Yeah.
it? Have you seen it?
I've seen all of them. I own a
Okay, so what is a
I
Pop-Tart?
own a restaurant that was based off sandwiches. Of course, I've seen all of them.
All right, so what is a Pop-Tart?
Yeah, what's Pop-Tart?
I think it's like radical ingredients and radical dimensions or something like that.
It's
So like if it's only 2 sides makes a sandwich, or if it could be 3 sides, which is like a hot dog, or any sides, which would be like a
taco.
Pop-Tart.
Then you have one side, which
Yeah.
is a flatbread,
And
a
then
tostada.
ingredients would be, if it's radical ingredients, then it's just traditional, meat and vegetables. Or if you go all the way to a Pop-Tart, which is a pastry filling.
This is so engineering science over here. I'm just saying.
So
like,
a Pop-Tart, is that one on?
yeah, turn it off.
It's no, that's her mic.
Oh shit, you're right.
Rude.
No, we're just hearing it on all the
It's
rest
just-
of the mics.
Yeah.
Stop doing
table.
that. So a Pop-Tart, you fucking asshole. So
Yeah. So Pop-Tart.
is a breakfast ravioli.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a fucking good one.
Right, and it took me 20 minutes to get it out because I kept tapping that goddamn microphone that's not even on that we can pick up on all these other mics. Because
only-
Oh,
we
you,
could-
you
the
want me to
buy-
make him real mad?
Let's hear a round of applause for Ricky.
You turn them all off. Right, is it jerky? Oh, it's heads.
it was heads on the buy here, pay here RV round or RV.com roundtable.
That's right. See, gotta get a sponsor
Gotta
in.
get a sponsor when we can.
with the
don't have
jerky.com coin.
Hey, Doug.
Jerky.com.
Jerky.com.
David. I thought it was Dave.
It's fucking Doug, man.
Oh.
Doug Head.
I
We
was
talked
talking
about this
Dave.
earlier.
Okay.
Hey, Doug Head.
Hey, Dave.
Taste tester at jerky.com. If you want to sponsor us, send us an email at simsandleon at gmail.com. Also, we haven't even promoted our giveaways. If you want to win a bag of beef jerky,
That's right.
The
Yeah.
sweet,
A full
Chipotle-
bag. Not a fucking half bag. Not
Or
a spilt bag.
not a bag thrown on the garage floor,
It was
on
a
the
spilt
studio
bag.
floor.
Easy. Spilt bag.
Dumped bag.
Spilt
Dumped bag.
Okay.
Like the video proves it. It wasn't
Okay.
spilled. It was
All right.
100% dumped.
Can we request the dumped bag?
Yes, you can. And I will dump it
still
on her
have the
bag.
bag?
I will dump it on her bag on air.
Well, videotape us
Give me
dumping
this-
the bag,
give me this
picking
dump
every
bag.
little piece up.
Yeah.
But send us an email at simsandleon at gmail.com. That's
SIMSANDLEON@gmail.com.
and let us know you want to win this bag of beef jerky.
That's right.
Because
Or half bag. Whichever one you want.
It
You
is
can-
super good. We're not giving away the dumped out bag because Dustin ate all of it.
Well, no. I can dump out another bag.
That is now in the
Hey,
museum.
Let's
What?
play radio.
podcast.
Why
Yes.
does
Let's
he
play
still
some
want
radio.
why does he want to keep
Let's
dumping
play
out more bags
radio.
of beef jerky? Why do you want to?
Because
do that
people are
to
going to
beef
eat
jerky?
it. They're still going to eat it. 3-second rule.
All right, whoever sends in more emails
Yeah.
of
get
if you
the-
want the dumped out bag of beef jerky
Or
or
the freshly sealed bag.
sealed bag that nobody's touched and the studio/garage floor hasn't touched,
Yeah.
send us an email at simsandleon@gmail.com. That's
SIMSANDLEON@gmail.com.
and then let us know which one you would prefer, and we're going to do a
Giveaway.
tally on that.
Yeah.
And a giveaway.
Taco
just-
is cursing not having opposable thumbs
We
because she
just-
definitely wants you to dump jerky on the floor.
Yeah, she does. We just got an email about an hour ago from one lucky listener. Says, I want some jerky.
Did we really?
Yeah.
Who was it?
I want some jerky sticker tickets. I don't know what that means.
Oh yeah, we got stickers too. Forget about the
Well, we
stickers.
do have stickers. Nobody's
I did
emailed
add
that.
my.
Oh, you broke the rule.
I didn't break a rule.
That ain't gonna last.
Dustin's playing my role right now because I got him that sticker and he put it on there. It's like that's not going to last. It's going to come off because like feel the texture of this.
It's lasted.
It's not made to keep.
I can't believe
stickers.
you wasted a sticker on that.
It was free though.
I want to put it. Okay, I want to put it right next to the Simpson Leon one on the garage door.
Oh, I love that idea.
Yeah,
The studio
Because
patio
it's-
door.
It's our number one sponsor right here.
It currently is.
Currently number one in studio sponsor.
All right, so you started with sandwiches because of picnic.
Don't worry about the sirens coming and helping
Full
Ricky
circle.
because I'm about to cut his finger off.
What the fuck are you gonna cut my finger off? You're like my sister.
Whoa! I'm not your sister.
You haven't heard about Bridget trying to cut Brandy's finger off?
Okay, yeah, but I just
Okay.
thought you were comparing me and you're like,
I mean, I
but
see
you're not my
similarities.
sister. I mean, obviously, I'm not your fucking sister.
Why you threatening to cut my finger off?
Well, because you're talking shit.
Have I been talking shit? Literally, I showed you my sticker and he started talking shit.
No.
I think this entire podcast is all of us talking shit.
Okay, all right.
Thought that
Mostly
was the premise.
y'all
Let it
talking
slide.
shit to me
Yeah.
I'll let it slide.
and me just taking it.
No, you have not been taking nothing.
I mean, Dustin
You've
took
been-
it on the face earlier.
You've been dumping your own shit, and so has Taco. Taco took a shit.
Oh yeah. I need to memorize Elena's NMLS
I
number
know, you
just as
should.
I can say Elena
Yeah,
Sims
you can
NMLS
just
blah blah blah.
Edit it later. and
Literally
put it
stepped in
there.
Taco's dog shit.
She did. She was not happy about it. Oh well.
I was like, I saw it happening. I was like, no.
Yeah, we all warned her. I mean, shit.
I
We
said I
all
was like, oh, I
wondered-
think Taco dropped juice right here.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
she
her
had-
own fault.
She needed a place to go.
Yeah, it's Elena's own fault. It's fine.
All right, so I started with the sandwiches because
Hey,
of the
no, wait,
picnic
wait,
thing.
wait.
Okay.
I gotta take that back because she's our number one sponsor. It was not her fault. That shit was there, and she stepped in it. Anyways, continue on.
Oh, go ahead, say more.
That's it. That's all I got.
Do you want a shovel to dig yourself out?
We'll have a shovel to dig the shit out later. It's fine.
We had already moved on from this.
Oh, I just wanted to confirm that I did not say that it was her fault stepping in the shit, which I did earlier.
Did you earlier?
Yeah,
Oh,
I had to
definitely not.
Yeah.
I had to retract some statements.
Yeah.
It was not her fault because she is our number one sponsor. She did not see the shit coming.
And the shit's not normally there.
You're right.
Like, that's the biggest thing.
You're
You
right.
don't expect shit to be there. It just happens.
Yeah, exactly.
At your own house.
You know what? Shit
Yeah.
happens. Shit happens.
Like, if you had a parking step and shit, you can be a little mad.
Shit happens.
But not really mad because you stepped in shit at a park. But you're
Anyways.
at your own house. Even though you know there's a new dog here, the new studio puppy, Taco's here.
How old is she's a puppy? She's 10 years old.
All dogs are puppies, man.
Okay.
She still acts like a puppy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you disagree?
Continue on.
Okay. So, when y'all originally started, y'all had just the Sandies.
Yep.
And then y'all advanced to more stuff. Now y'all don't have the
Y'all
homemade
don't.
chips and dips.
Y'all don't have.
We still have chips. We still have some dips. We just don't have it as like a menu option.
They don't have it as a chip and
Okay,
dip.
so if I went in there, I could get the chips and pimento cheese dip.
Yeah.
But
so,
it's just not on the menu.
correct.
Okay. What's y'all's best-selling food item?
Ooh, great
The
question,
TABC
Ricky.
for sure. And then our
Ooh.
Cluck Norris sandwich.
God
All
damn it.
right, he almost choked on his beer.
That's too... I wanted to spit it out because the name was so good.
You said Cluck Norris?
Cluck Norris.
Oh, that's what I'm
It's
talking about.
It's a chicken sandwich with heat, right?
Chicken
Fuck.
bacon ranch sandwich.
Okay.
You can add any wing flavor sauce to it.
Damn, I'm already in. Can we... They're
So-
not open Monday, so we can't
And
go.
now you can upgrade to fries instead of the chips if
So-
you'd like as your side.
How long have you all had fries?
Since November. So
Okay, so it's still kind of
so
recent.
you were asking about like if there was any time like, hey, are we not gonna make it? And
Eh.
obviously we had that during
Yeah.
the shutdown. Everyone thought, oh, this is just till Easter. I thought it would be longer. We tried to plan for that. We tried to make strategic decisions. Kept going. But really last fall was probably the roughest time because in August and
Really?
September, things didn't pick up. They were pretty slow.
Huh.
And we said, okay, this isn't supposed to be a slow time. So if
This was
let's-
last year.
This was last year, 2021.
Yeah.
And we said, all right, after all this time of trying to scrape by, and this isn't supposed to be a slow time, and we're about to get to the winter, which is the slow time, let's take out an emergency loan. It was the first forgivable grant,
That you
like
for sure-
forgivable loan grant. We obviously
Interest, gonna have to pay it
we had
back.
tons of startup loans and costs that we
Yeah.
still have to pay back. But this was, since the pandemic, the first really non-forgivable thing that we had taken out. And so we said, okay, let's go ahead and take out this loan to get us to spring. And if things don't look better in spring, we have a hard decision to make. And then we said, okay, but in this time,
I'm gonna get
here
more
are
beers.
some plans that we have to be able to,
Yeah.
make changes. So we changed our food menu a week before, or the week of Halloween. So
Okay.
last week of October, we added dinner menu items. So we now have steak. We have a chicken fried steak. We have shrimp tacos.
Hold on. Tell me more about this steak.
So the steak is with a chimichurri sauce, and then you get some fresh greens and fries as
So,
well.
what kind of cut of steak?
It's a sirloin,
Okay.
cooked to order,
Actually, you know that. That's all.
and it has like a great chimichurri sauce on
That's
top.
my only follow-up questions on the
Yeah.
steak. I was curious. And you have chicken fried steak and other stuff.
Yeah. Shrimp tacos. We have. We did start with mussels.
Ooh.
The mussels were. Some people liked them. So they were beer steamed. So some people think they like mussels. They don't. Sometimes we'd sell out. Sometimes we'd have to throw them away.
You gotta look up your leg, bro.
I'm gonna have to clean my pants,
Yeah.
right?
Better than your face.
Yeah, yeah. I got to the face. Ricky got to the leg.
I got 2 peanut butters, 1 cup on my leg right now.
Oh, this is dark.
This is a stout. It's a peanut butter stout.
She's stout.
Peanut butter and vanilla.
I poured mine aggressively so I could hear it, and now I'm instantly regretting that because it's everywhere.
Yeah.
Hey,
So
Taco.
on the Twitch stream, we have a comment, and Mr. Mikey Unlikely commented on it, and he said, "Are y'all drinking Guinness?" No, we're not drinking Guinness.
It's not Guinness.
It
It's,
looks dark, but it's not Guinness.
All right, Sam, tell us about this new beer we're trying.
All right, this is 2 peanut butters, 1 cup. It's a vanilla stout, 6.1%.
Ooh.
And it has peanut butter added. So we use,
So we're getting protein while we're drinking.
we use
Oh yeah.
You got that prone in the face earlier. You're fine.
we use a peanut butter extract. We used to use PB2, but if
What does
you've
that
ever
mean?
used
PB2.
PB2, it's like a dried peanut butter, which is a lot of athletes put it like in health drinks and things like that to be able to get more protein.
Okay.
But
It's like the TB12 of peanut butter. Any sports fan will get that joke and think it's hilarious.
If you're a P1er.
PB2,
No, not P1.
PB2 is what we used homebrewing with this beer. This is a beer that came from our homebrewing days. So we hired a head brewer when we opened, Michael Harper. He's amazing. There are a few beers that have carried over from our homebrew days, and this is one that he's kind of tweaked and perfected into his own. The PB2 did not last, however, on a commercial scale. So because it is basically dried peanut butter, that means there's still a lot of oils.
Okay.
And oil will kill head retention. So you would not have this beautiful foamy head right here. Not Doug head, but
I mean, Dave Head.
you would not have this if we were using PB2.
I love that joke you just made there because I was not expecting it, and you completely caught me off guard with it. I thank you so much for that.
I'm here with the comebacks, the callbacks. So when we first opened and we were using PB2 and the recipe, as soon as you poured the beer and put it down for
Just
the
done.
server to pick up, it already looked like it was flat.
Yeah, and it's really fucked up. Like people that order beers and complain about having the head on there, like I want my beer all the way to the top. Like you actually don't.
Yeah.
You need that foam in there to pull out the flavors of your fucking beer.
And the aromas.
That's
Yeah.
the purpose of it when you're pouring it, especially on tap. When you're pouring it on tap, you want that to draw out the carbonation. Then carbonation draws out, like you said, the flavors, everything in there. I don't know where I was going with that.
I don't know. All I can tell you is that it's got great flavor. Gate flavor.
Gay flavor.
Great flavor. And it is, I mean, it's heavy, obviously. But, oh, yeah. I can taste the peanut butter.
Yeah.
I get my protein.
So it's not too heavy on the peanut butter, not too heavy on the vanilla.
Right.
So there's also vanilla in
Yeah.
there, which gives it the sweetness.
This would be good in like an ice cream float.
Oh, hell yeah.
So it is great as well as a float. You can always order a scoop of ice cream on the side.
Oh, you can.
We have a Mexican vanilla ice cream that's
Ooh.
from
Easy.
that's very good.
Hold on. I know I saw this when I was there last time, but I forgot about it.
He got real excited.
Doo-doo.
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 Y'all do the beer floats.
You can.
Ish.
We don't do it for you because it's a mess.
Okay.
But you can order a scoop of ice cream on the side and add it to your beer. It just foams up a lot, and so it's hard to pour a full beer. But so that's why we
sure.
recommend to get the maximum potential of both your
pour
beer
the beer
and your
first.
ice cream.
That way you pull most of the
Yes,
carbonation out.
and
then,
add ice cream to it, and then you can just keep adding
my
more.
goodness.
But yeah, we have Mexican vanilla ice cream from Henry's in Plano, and it's delicious.
Dustin, do you have any ice cream?
No. We're all on. I say we're all on.
Dustin's on a diet.
I'm obviously not.
Here's an insider
I'm
tip.
obviously not.
We are making a barrel-aged, non-alcoholic version of this
Ooh.
beer for our anniversary party.
Damn.
Okay,
You heard it first here on this.
I
on the
like
podcast.
that tip, but I'm not interested in the non-alcoholic
yeah,
version.
me either.
We've been talking about making a non-alcoholic
But
beer,
this
and
is
this
gonna be
is
the
going to
one?
be our first ever non-alcoholic beer.
You heard it first
So
here
that's-
on the SnL Boyz.
Yes. So that's great because I think kids would enjoy this,
Oh yeah. If I was a
especially
kid,
with
I'd be
the
all
ice
over
cream.
Yep.
Oh,
And we've made our own root beer before, too.
it. Ooh. Oh.
Okay.
Shit, that's a game changer. Holy.
let's hear more about this root beer.
Yeah.
Well, we don't have it currently.
Right. Are you ever going to have it again?
Maybe. It's hard to have. We try and keep the taps for beer.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's we only have 15 taps, so we do have to be selective in what we can have on all the time.
I would not recommend to
Until we
replace any
expand.
taps with root beer. So, do you have any plans on expanding?
Possibly.
Well, I know. Oh, it's in the future for sure, right?
We've just been trying to survive the
Like
last
the
few
ultimate
years.
goal.
Definitely not going to be in Dallas or Collin County. Same.
So currently the pizza place next door to us,
Yeah.
Black Cat Pizza, did close down 2 weeks ago.
Oh, shit.
Shit.
So, you're going to try to buy that space
Well,
out?
we're working on the business plan to see if it's feasible.
Okay.
It'd be like a private event space and lounge.
Okay, so kind of like what Chimmy's does with their Marfa Lounge. Mm-hmm. Like they open it up sometimes.
Yep.
So if y'all are busy on a Friday night, you could open it up.
Yeah, if it's not rented out for a private
Yeah.
event, then we would have it open.
So would you have a separate bar in there?
Yes.
Okay.
So it'd be a completely separate space. We were thinking of calling it a cellar and lounge. We might have some barrels of beer aging in there. but we have to work out to see if it's feasible for us to take on that additional space.
Yeah, and if you could make the money.
And right now it's like staffing is
Oh,
going to be the
shit.
hardest part.
Oh yeah.
I can't find, enough staff to staff the main restaurant. So how am I going to add extra next door?
That sucks.
So-
Go ahead.
Ah.
No, I think we're going to ask the same thing, so go ahead.
I just have a question on whether or not it doesn't have to do with like today's climate. I say that today's whatever. Anyways,
It's pretty beautiful. It's like a
it
nice
is.
That's very
75
Pretty
degrees.
fucking beautiful.
It's cooled off quite a bit since we started.
So,
Nice, that
do you notice a
Slight breeze.
difference between
Suntan today.
female versus male on your, I guess, employment?
No.
No.
I mean,
In my opinion, it wouldn't matter, to be honest. However,
Oh, I'm confused on what you're asking.
like at the brewery, it's dominantly female.
It's all female.
That's what I'm saying. It's
Well,
all
and then
females
there's a couple
being
of males, but yeah.
bartenders. There's a few males, but I'm just saying with the funky picnic, how y'all do y'all's thing. Do you notice anything? Because you're the one that's in there. That you know the
So-
employees.
Are you asking, is there a difference between who's interested in working or.
Yeah.
yeah,
Pretty much,
applicants.
yes. Yes,
Yeah.
Okay,
applicants, yes.
So we get more males because we're a brewery.
Okay.
But
That's interesting.
because we're a restaurant, we also get more females than a brewery applicant would get.
Okay.
So it's kind of a little bit both.
All right. 50-50.
Generally, we get more applications that are females for servers
Right.
than males. But recently, we actually have had more male servers that have been training, and it's not because of the beer.
Yeah.
It just seems to be the ones that. So we have somebody training next week. I had trained somebody yesterday. I have another guy that's been training with us
Right.
as well. So
Interesting.
we don't just hire on this. I mean, we don't hire on the spot. We are tip share. We like to make sure everybody works together as a
Right.
team. We're
For
one
sure.
big team rather than trying to fight for tables
Oh,
or
yeah.
fight for sections or
I love
shifts.
that.
Yeah. It's
It
great.
works well for the
Yeah.
right people, and we want to make sure that we do working interviews so that we make sure we're the right fit for them,
Right.
as well as that they're the right fit for us.
Right.
And we do have people that are like, "This isn't gonna work for me," or
Exactly. Yeah.
I
I mean, it
I
sounds
just
like
want my
it's
own
hard work
tips.
for sure.
It is.
I mean,
It's-
you have to work no matter what. I don't want to make that seem wrong, but here in Burleson, whenever we go to the Rim or whatever, there's 2 male bartenders there, and I just got talking to him one night, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm one of the only male bartenders here in Burleson," and I was like, "Oh, really?" He's like, "Yeah, mostly everybody here hires females because of the certain crowd and demographic and all that," and I was like, honestly, never even thought about it until you brought it up.
Yeah, but once you brought it up, it's like.
Once you
that
brought it
is
up, I'm like,
absolutely true.
You're right. There's not any because when we go to the brewery, it's all females. But
Moon
you know
Tower
what?
is the exception,
Really, I don't go there. That
at least a
often.
few times I've been.
Really.
Yeah.
Well, at the Rim, like Kenny, I would prefer him to wait on me versus anybody else just because he takes
say
care of me.
names.
It's all about the service.
That's-
To me, it's all about the service.
That's all it is for us. As
Doesn't
well.
matter. I walk in, it's all about the service. If you're going to serve me and you're going to be there for me, that's what I care about. And that's what got me thinking about it. It was like, well, you know what? You're right. It's the employers that do that here in Burleson. It's not.
And
know.
there are Facebook groups and such that are for SI specific, service industry specific groups where you can post if you're looking for jobs
Right.
or if you're hiring. And there are some that are like, we're looking for female,
Right.
cocktail
It's
waitresses
a
or
demographic they're
something
looking
like
for.
that. And
Yeah.
I guess that's legal in some ways.
I mean,
I prefer
can-
not to do that. One thing we also do is that we don't require a uniform. We
Yeah.
like to say, dress how you like to dress. We want you to show your individual personality. When
Perfect.
I was working at Alcon and Martin House and Cowtown all at the same time at one point, I was wearing a Martin House shirt when I worked up there. I was wearing a Cowtown shirt when I worked
Right.
there, and I was wearing business casual when I worked at Alcon. I didn't have any other time. I never
Right.
got to wear anything I wanted to wear
Yeah.
and express my personality.
For sure.
And so to me, that was always a big thing for my
Yeah.
staff to be able, as
That's
long
pretty
as
great.
it's hygienic and
Yeah.
appropriate for a family-friendly restaurant, then I'm
Right,
okay.
for sure.
I love that you use your own personal experiences are appropriate in the business. Just
Correct.
wear what you want. You don't have to wear a funky picnic shirt
Yeah.
because
And
let's
like
be-
we'll give you one, but
Yeah.
like you don't have to wear it.
and let's be honest, once somebody's in the restaurant, you don't need that advertising. That's
Well,
the only
like,
that's the only
Ricky,
purpose for it.
You can go and buy a shirt and wear a shirt in my restaurant. That doesn't mean you work there
Exactly.
because
Yeah.
I'd fire you.
You fire me.
Oh shit. Yeah, exactly. Because you know what,
feel like
Ricky,
I'm a-
Ricky drops
I
beef
will let
jerky
you
on the
know
ground.
among my staff, being fired is a term of endearment.
I will say this. I feel like I'm a very good bartender. And
Is this self-serve?
Yeah.
I've been a
Should've
bartender in the
roasted you.
past, but I do like to sample the drinks while I'm bartending. That is a fact. But
Hey, but everybody does. You got to know if you're going to make good drinks. I mean, you can't just send them out there shitty.
Sam, you don't know. I can throw bottles around.
Oh,
Like I'm a
he
flair
stacks
bartender.
glasses. Like,
100%.
oh, anybody who knows us knows that they don't keep glasses around because they're like, once it's empty, it's gone. Because if not, Ricky's going to start stacking them.
Stack them 3 high, 4
Only
high.
3. And put it under the arm. Have them up to here.
I never stack on my arm because I have this syndrome where I shake a little bit, so I can't balance. I can balance a little
But you
bit,
do
but
under here, and then you stack.
I've never tried that. But
Oh.
maybe I could.
That's
See?
how I bust tables.
No. When I say stacking glasses, I mean balancing.
He
on-
means,
Oh.
he means
I-
trying to,
I'm balancing glasses
While
I'm
he's
not
making
just
drinks.
stacking. No.
Oh,
What
okay.
you're saying, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I stack glasses and pour drinks into them, so you have 3 glasses
Mm.
stacked on top of each other, and then all 3 drinks get one. You pull them out. Yeah. Like I said, I was a flair bartender, and it was for chain restaurants. It was
forever
like,
ago.
yeah, it was 20 years ago.
Yeah, we had Chili's last night.
I'm picturing a unicorn outfit for this flare.
I mean, if you want me to work for you and wear a unicorn outfit, I will.
I already told you can wear whatever you want.
Oh, and he worked for TGI Fridays.
I work for Fridays. That was yeah.
They're no longer. It's Twin Peaks now.
Are there any TGI Fridays around? Oh, I have
haven't
another
seen
question.
one.
Hold on.
Haven't seen
Yeah,
one.
I didn't.
Since you brought up
I
Twin
don't think I
Peaks.
realized that.
It's kind of similar. You were saying that do you see the people reach out and say we want a female whatever server? Have you ever seen a female manager at a Hooters?
I don't know how often you think I go to Hooters, but
Have you ever been?
I have been to a Hooters, but
Okay.
not in years. Not since the one
All right.
near my house where I live now used to give out free beer because they didn't have. It was a
Didn't have
dry.
liquor
It was
license?
a dry area. and they didn't
Arlington.
have a
I know
liquor-
exactly what one you're talking about.
And I think I live right, like literally around the corner. But by the time I moved there, they had a liquor license, and I've never been there since I've lived there 12 years. But
Wow.
I used to go to that one.
One of my buddies that owned a liquor store
You got at least 2 beers for
in
free.
East Texas used to deliver kegs there, and we delivered kegs with them one time, and they give us free drinks and food. It was like, oh, the drinks are always free. We're not just getting free drinks that we help you. We helped
They're
you
always
unload this
free.
fucking shit, and now we find out, oh, the beers are always free. So yeah, he tricked us on that.
Huh.
Okay, so but seriously, you've been there at least a few times? Have you ever been to Hooters?
Yeah.
But not recently. I
No.
go. No, I don't go often. It's
Yeah.
not my favorite place to go. I love wings, so
Yeah, no.
there's an opportunity.
Yeah,
Wings,
if
winning
you're going
wings.
there, you're
Then
going
they-
there for the food. That's what you're going there for. Trying to.
And I used to hate their food. Well, I like how Dustin's like covering himself up, like just in case.
Oh, my mother-in-law, everybody else
He
listens
already
to this shit. So.
Buried himself in shit earlier.
Oh, yeah, I did. It's all right.
But one thing I noticed is 90% of the time, it's a male that is the manager,
you're right.
which all that tells me is they don't promote within, and that's kind of a shitty business plan, if you ask me.
Because do they have male servers?
Nope. Have you ever seen one? A hostess or
No.
host, a server, a bartender, male? No.
Nah.
Maybe a busboy. I'm pretty sure all their cooks are males. I've never seen a yeah. So yeah.
Female cooking wings in the back.
Well,
So
I
we
wasn't
have
saying
have
that.
2 women in our kitchen.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
One's-
not-
I mean,
I'm just
it
saying,
is.
in
It
Hooters,
is
though.
like.
Oh, I was gonna
I was
say.
saying specifically Hooters.
But I will tell you, like, I think we've only had 3 since we opened.
Hey, but
And
I-
Amy's been with us since we opened.
I think
She's
that's
only
great,
20
though.
years old.
You taught me
She's
off.
actually currently, she broke her foot and she's like
What?
on a scooter in the
With
kitchen.
mine? Oh, this.
Yeah.
I was like, where are you pointing?
No, I'm pointing to
She's,
the giant can of beer.
yeah, she's been with us since we opened and she's 20 years old and started with us when she was 17.
I
Damn,
said,
good for her.
dude, I said top me off, not like.
I don't want.
But a few
any more
weeks
of
ago,
it.
she broke
It's
her
too
foot.
heavy.
She might have.
Oh, did you want
And
some?
so she, no, I'm good.
Okay, I'll drink the rest of it. Sorry.
I'm not a sweets fan, so I actually have not had this beer in forever. It's okay. Craft beer for every taste. It doesn't mean every beer's for every taste.
And you, as an owner of the company, is like, this one's not for you.
It's not for me.
But you're still
This
drinking
is
it
one of
just-
our most popular beers.
You're still drinking it just for us, and I love that. That is. Quit trying to dump the fucking jerk. God damn it.
It's all done.
Is it
Well
empty
done.
again?
It's empty.
Damn.
That's why I was dumping.
Good thing we have 10 more bags coming in.
Oh shit. So
I'm not
hungry.
saying that this is my favorite beer, but I do like it because I'm saying I don't like sweets a
No,
lot.
it's got good flavor.
But I like I like this.
I'll
beer.
tell you right now, the Mexicano
La Raza.
La Raza. Oh, that was my favorite. Oh yeah,
All
I
right.
drink that on a daily.
We should record a commercial just for the La Raza.
I'll let you.
Oh, yeah, hell
I'll
yeah,
let you
let's
call
do
it
it.
Mexicano since
Can
you're
we do
a
it,
half of a
Mexicano?
half.
I'm a quarter,
He's a quarter.
but I'm a yeah.
He's a half, then a half and a half.
Yeah.
I'm half. Yeah, exactly. I'm half and half.
I'll say
and
that-
I'm another half. Yeah.
Sam has been our best guest at bringing it back.
Oh, for sure.
Like stupid shit we said before, she'll bring
No.
it
Yep,
back.
I got the callbacks.
We said before.
Callbacks, thank you.
It's mainly Ricky said.
I called it
before.
comeback earlier.
Yeah.
I corrected myself.
All right.
Oh, it's great.
What is
It's
your
the callback comeback.
so you said you don't like sweet and stuff. What is your favorite type of beer?
Yeah.
I love pilsners.
Okay.
I like pilsners
yeah,
and
she
then
did say that.
West Coast IPAs, or pale ales. But I have to have I have to be in the right frame of mind, I guess.
So, how do you feel about sours? I made a weird noise in there too.
I like them, but I'm getting old and I get acid reflux now. So
Oh.
or like heartburn. So I have to be careful. And I used to, before I opened my brewery, I had friends that told me that were several years older. And I was like, y'all are crazy. And now
yeah.
I get it. And like we have a chili beer and it did the same thing to me. I was like, I used to love this beer and
Oh, shit.
I can't do the spice. But like other spicy things haven't really bothered me.
Huh.
So it's weird because the sour beers don't have that effect on me. And normally stuff does, but sour beers do not have that effect on me.
Yeah.
So
I can do like one. I think I could do, and I've always liked dark sours. I've always liked that style, like
Yeah.
what is the weekend? That has the milk sugar, so it's a little sweet for me to drink too much of. But I can do that a little bit better, honestly. But
So-
I tried this. I think when I went to Pink Boots. So Pink Boots is women in craft brewing. And we had a conference in North Carolina. And I went with some of the ladies from North Texas there. And I would try, I really like this sour. And I'd have a second one. And then I was like, well, now I can't drink anymore. Now I'm done for the night.
Oh, so it's like an instant thing to where you instantly get the heartburn and or acid reflux.
Yeah.
I in my mind, those are the same thing.
I didn't know what those were till I had them. So, yeah.
Really? I've had them all my life.
One is it just burns. One is it comes up.
Okay, I've never had that. So I've had the heartburn a lot.
Yeah.
I've never had that acid reflux.
Is where it actually comes back up.
Okay, so I don't
Yeah.
get that. So I
I've
guess
had
I'm
both at different times now.
fuck. I hope
But
that never
until a
happens
few
to me.
years ago, I hadn't at all.
God damn it! I hope that never happens to me because I do not want to be drinking a badass sour beer. It was like, oh, that's gonna ruin my entire night.
Yeah.
That makes me very sad that might happen. And I'm older than you.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm in the clear.
Maybe.
Maybe I drink enough pickle juice to where it calms everything down beforehand.
Your pH balance is.
Yeah, I'm in the right percent. Like if you put that testable strip down my throat, you'll get that perfect level yellow.
I'm sharing. I'm doing more than Shelby. Promise.
Is he though?
I am. I just shared it to my Facebook, bro.
Shared what?
The Twitch stream.
But-
Twitch stream. Twitch.
Did you
stream.
edited it?
Okay, you should.
Twitch stream.
Oh, see,
The Twitch stream.
so that's something we talked about last time. Is like we're not going to advertise the Twitch stream.
Okay,
but
well-
no. I'm not saying you're doing. But if we should do that. You're right. We should post. Me and you post it on
Not
our
personal.
personal
did my
Facebooks
personal.
and say, hey, Sims and Leon going live right now. We should do that like an hour and a half ago.
I just said join us.
You can
Oh, we're still going. I
on
don't know.
Facebook.
No, we're
You
still
can do
going.
a countdown saying you're going live in an hour,
Ooh.
and then that way people can tune in.
This Punky Picnic chick. She knows.
She
Like
knows
I'm
her
part of our
shit, man.
marketing team.
Oh man, she's marketing.
All right, so on your
engineer,
on your
full-fledged engineer,
she is a biomedical engineer.
bio.
Did I get it
Very
right?
Like,
good.
you know what I mean?
She puts
She like,
electronic contacts in people's eyes.
yeah.
That's wrong.
I knew it was wrong.
She dissects a lot of stuff. I don't know.
Okay, let's
You got so confident with the biomedical
Okay,
engineer
I was like,
part. Fucked
so
it up.
but I do want to go back to that because I don't think you ever answered it. So you get those contacts installed in your eyes, right? You don't
Okay.
just put them in.
Okay.
Do you know?
No. Yeah, it's surgery.
Is installed the wrong way to say it?
Yeah, sounds like it like bolt-ons.
Implanted.
Implanted.
Ricky didn't know what
bolt-on.
bolt-ons was.
Implanted
earlier
like it's an
today.
alien doing it, you know.
Okay. So then you said you can take them out, but it's not as simple as taking a contact out.
Right, it's
So,
surgery.
okay, so you,
It's easier to put them in than it is to take it out, so that's why they don't.
okay.
It's not like made to be taken out. So it's a single piece when it's put in. They would have to break it apart and take it out in pieces when they take it out.
Like multiple surgeries,
No, one surgery.
just a little bit
It's
longer.
just a bigger incision
Eesh. That sounds
in your eye.
like a very weird thing to do with your eye.
Yeah. So when I was in college,
She said when I was in college. I'm just saying. We're talking about eyes.
oh
She said I'm sorry. I
When-
got distracted.
myself was in college.
When the one eye.
It's almost like I brought them 4 32-ounce beers. And they were already pre-drinking.
Don't worry about me. It's all right.
I was just trying to lay out on them, let that joke simmer in.
It simmered in.
You're lucky Sam's being very nice to you today.
Oh, really?
For that joke, yeah. Because she laughed at it and
She laughed.
right. That's what I
Right.
said.
Okay.
She laughed.
Okay. I'm sorry, Sam.
I worked for a professor in college that had a contract, a like research contract from Alcon. So
Okay.
I actually worked with eyes in college,
Oh,
and that's how I got my in to Alcon.
Huh.
So that's kind of for biomedical engineering. You could obviously work with bones, you could work with hearts, you could work with all kinds of
I
things.
love how you said obviously you can work with bones, hearts,
Eh,
other things.
Obviously.
Obviously.
First of all, no, it's
There's
not
other
obvious. I did not even know that
all
existed
of,
today.
all of those are like specific or different fields that would be completely different
Yeah.
than what like an eye would be. So I've only worked.
So you're saying the bone's different than the
I
eye?
have only worked
He's not listening now.
I am
He's-
listening.
he's not-
She said I.
with flair, not bartender flair, but with flair. I have worked only in the eye care segment.
Okay, so you did not work in the bone, the tissue,
Or the-
because like when you first described it, you said tissue. That was the first
I
thing you
did
said.
because in college I did learn those things,
Okay.
and so you have different ways that they interact. If like a bone is more of a hard surface,
makes
whereas
sense.
your
Tissue's
blood
a little softer.
or
Oh, blood is almost liquid.
Yeah, but at
like a gel,
actually
a
at certain
gelatin.
forces it's less liquid. Or I don't remember because this was forever ago. But when I went to college, but at certain forces they act one way, and at other forces, so at certain forces they act closer to a solid or like a jello type, like a gelatin type.
I feel like this
material?
is exactly what I just said.
Yeah,
He didn't
and
say that.
another force they act more like a liquid. So
So when I got in my
it's a lot of math.
We
When,
got.
when I got in my scooter accident in Denver a few weeks
Oh,
ago,
shit.
my face ended up in plants and blood started coming out of my face, but it wasn't like liquid blood, if that makes sense. It was instantly like gelling
Clotted.
and clotting.
All right.
And so I kind of just had blood all over my
So
face.
did you not started drinking for the night?
Oh, he was full-fledged drunk.
You can hear about this in one of our previous episodes. I told the entire story. Hey, would you grab me a Coors Light, Dustin?
Yeah.
Do you want anything?
What else you got?
Miller Lite, pickle beer,
I'll do Coors. I'll do Coors Light.
Southside Cellar.
What other beers shall be brought?
That's gonna be Southside's a. What's it say on the label?
You want to read it? Let's let the professional read it.
Yeah.
Tell us
Southside
if they're any good.
Southside Cellar just had their 1.5-year anniversary on Saturday.
Okay. Are they a competitor
So
or
this-
partners?
They are a retailer, so you can get beer and wine to go, and they also have like over 40 beers on tap.
Okay.
So you can get, instead of 32-ounce growlers, they do 16-ounce cans that they will can of anything that they have on tap.
So that's not a growler.
It's not a growler.
Okay.
It's just a 16-ounce can.
So it's not even a growler.
It's not.
Not a growler. She was
Some
wrong.
Shelby, it's a fucking can.
Here, some people do call these growlers. Technically,
Shelby called it a growler.
I think they're not, but some people do call them growlers. But that's why I said what is written on it. So it's a saison and a cider.
One of them I liked a lot. The other one I didn't care for. But do you want one of those? Or do you
No,
want?
I'll do a curse.
Okay. Okay, so I had blood over my face.
Here's the thing:
No, don't drink that one.
craft beer for every taste, and
Do you like
any
mint?
beer for any time. Mint in a beer sounds horrible, by the way.
So that's what. So bring that beer over here just so she can read the label. We won't say who it's made by, but I bought it at
You
Martin
already
House.
said who was behind.
I'll edit that out. Super secret time. Every time I say I'm going to edit something out, 90% of the time I do not edit anything out. So it tells you we're going to put the mint in there for a added flavor.
I don't say that. They say for mouthfeel, which is my favorite beer word.
Okay, well, that's your favorite beer
It
word?
makes me giggle every time.
So you don't put that on your beer flavors. So what did it say?
No, we do, but for a cold mouthfeel is what
Oh,
it
cold
says. But, like,
mouthfeel.
mouthfeel's gonna make me giggle every time.
It's like fucking putting in Listerine.
I'm sorry, mouthfeel doesn't make you giggle.
No, it does.
Yeah.
And
We all laughed at doo-doo.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't think Dustin heard mouthfeel, but yeah.
No, I didn't.
It's the mint. The mint in that beer. Like when I first drank that one, I loved it. Then that mint kicked in and it stayed there. And it stayed there for 3 fucking hours.
Oh,
Even after I stopped drinking that beer, I was still drinking Coors like that fucking mint's still there. I don't hate mint, but I don't want my beer to
it
taste
does
like
linger.
mouthwash. Yeah.
I mean, it's an oil.
High mouthwash.
I feel like that's a great flavor.
Did that beer have head? Because it
Ooh.
did say oil
I mean, we didn't-
specifically.
We didn't pour
We didn't
it.
pour it. We drank it straight out of the
Drank it?
cans.
Yeah.
That's a good point. I don't know. Probably not.
You have
Probably
one
no
more.
head. No head.
Experiment time. See, bring the science
Here we
into
go.
beer.
Let's go
Alright.
pour it in the
Oh,
ditch and see
right
if
here.
it.
Aw,
Gross.
don't do that. Martin House just had their 9-year anniversary. That's amazing.
You've seen it. I support Martin House.
Yeah,
Obviously,
we love it.
Yeah.
this is literally the first beer
I
that
did not get to go, but
I did not like.
Hold on, I get my headphones back on.
What if we add that?
they
to
know. I went a few years
Ooh,
ago
I smell it.
and we were doing a Pink Boots brew,
smell it as
and
well.
I said, "Let me taste the pizza beer," and they were like, "Why?"
Ooh.
I was like, "You made it."
Let's talk about the pizza beer.
And this was the first version of the pizza beer. You also just poured that on top of remnants of a
So
peanut
is it
butter
supposed
stout.
to have head or not?
It is actually that's great.
That is- but you also poured it on top of the peanut butter beer.
No,
Just a
it's
little
just the
bit.
flavor's gonna be off, but
Yeah.
so like the head retention already is better than I would expect, like with the oil in there. Like you never know.
That's
Did
really
you
funny
smell it?
because
Smell it.
It is a lot of mint
Yeah.
that comes through, and it's like an afterthought on the label.
I
So if I bought that, I would not expect that much
don't
mint.
expect mint. So
So that would be my biggest takeaway would be that I wanted the blueberry and the lemon,
Smells
and
good as
I
mint.
tasted
smells good.
mint for
Smells
3
great.
hours.
yeah, it smells good, but
right.
then you taste mint. I don't want it.
Just smell it.
God damn it! I moved that thing around to fuck with a sticker, and now everything's the matter.
It's because it won't last.
No, it smells good. I can smell it from over there.
Oh, he's trying it. He's trying it with the big head.
Tell me not to.
He's not trying
You're
it.
supposed to tell
Don't
me
try
not
it,
to try
don't.
it.
He's not. He didn't.
I'll
be
try
He
it.
stuck
barely
with
got
mint.
to the lips.
Okay, so
Okay.
you hear that you can like wipe your face and
she
then
tried it.
put your
She
finger
tried it.
in there, and it'll kill the foam.
It's the oil.
Or yeah. So now
taste
I know
it?
the science behind that.
Yeah.
So you're biomedical
I don't
engineering.
recommend it.
Recommend what?
Why would you want your face oils in your beer?
Ooh. Because I like my flavor.
It's also the flavor.
Okay,
So like my own flavor.
good point. So does your biomedical engineering stuff have anything to do with like chemical engineering?
I mean, it can.
I mean, if that was the case, she would have said, "I'm a chemical engineer."
Well, but
But no, it's a different job. She can
Yeah.
be a chemical
is-
engineer and have this job that's titled differently.
so it is biomedical engineering's weird and that there are subsets.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's biomechanical, which is more mechanical but related to the body, which is what I've been talking about because I
Yeah.
relate more to being a biomechanical engineer.
Okay.
Then there's biochemical or more, so that's more on the chemical side. And then you could also just be more biology based. So it's
Interesting.
both biology, chemical, and mechanical engineering.
Nice.
Kind of confused, or not confused, but combined, and then you're going to specialize. So a lot of times people will get one of those as their undergrad and then get their graduate degree in biomedical engineering.
Right.
I happened to get my undergrad in biomed, but I specialized in a mechanical engineering track
Nice.
within that subset. So I specifically had mechanical engineering courses, but as they relate to a body, because to me, because I've never had regular mechanical engineering courses, me knowing how forces react on concrete don't mean anything for the body because they react differently.
Right. For sure.
So, and then I also got a master's in
Oh, Jesus.
Get a master's in what?
biomaterials, which is both chemistry and biology. I hated it.
Yeah, Dustin.
I like the mechanical way better.
But my question wasn't that far fetched like you tried to say it was. It was a good. I was back to fucking finger.
No,
fucking
I'm
his phone.
listening.
I'm listening.
Oh my god.
He started doing this like the last few weeks, where while we're talking, he'll just get on his phone, do other stuff, and he stops paying attention to the show.
I am trying to keep the house a go. The studio house has to be okay for us to be able to be a studio out here.
The studio is portable.
You're right, but I'm not
You are.
because there is a owner underneath me.
That was weird.
What's that?
I took a drink of the Coors Light and got a lot of peanut butter.
Whoa.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's.
And it was like the leftover flavor from the peanut butter.
So a couple weeks ago, we started mixing pickle juice with different beers, and
Oh shit! Fucking game changer.
so good.
Oh shit!
I know you don't like the idea of mixing it. You want your pickle juice, and your beer, but half pickle juice, half Coors, not bad.
Oh, I'm telling
Not
you right
a
now.
bad way to go. Like after you get done with a hike or a run, get you a Coors Light or whatever with pickle
I'm not
juice
saying
in
I
there.
wouldn't drink pickle juice
Well,
or pickle beer, and I have had pickle beer, both Martin House and Hop Fusions before.
Right. No. What
Let's
I'm
stop.
saying about the pickle juice mixed with like Coors Light, it's
Yeah.
not the same as those.
Yeah.
It just adds a little bit and takes away a little bit on both sides of it. Mm-hmm. It's a good combination, but it's completely different. Where are you going, Dustin?
I'm gonna give me some pickles because you just talked about it.
Okay.
And you have a sticker right there.
Yeah.
So we brought this up
Best
earlier.
made pickles. You can have your pickle beer anywhere you have beer.
So we brought this up earlier, and Dustin was mad at me for putting the funky picnic sticker on my mic stand because I told him, I was like, it's gonna peel off because of the texture. Like
Also, that one overlaps, so it's more likely
Yeah.
to.
it overlaps, and the texture is not meant for stickers to go on because it's not a flat
We'll
surface.
see, though. These stickers
Yeah.
I've been impressed with because we have some smooth pitchers, and we use those every day. They go through our dishwasher multiple times a day
With stickers on them,
for years now
with these stickers on them.
with these stickers, and I have not had to replace a single sticker, and they do not look worn at all.
Okay. That's
So that is Sticker Mule. The source for your. If only I could make up a commercial. I'm trying to get you these national brand commercials, but I can't come up with like a tagline
so
quick enough.
Where do you get your stickers from?
Sticker Mule.
Oh, that's what it was. Okay.
I just and they bring you if you order a certain amount. They send you a free bottle of mule sauce.
Okay.
With every order over like I don't know, $50.
Yeah, we got ours from 625 Design. That's Levi.
Okay.
So
yeah.
his guys made this for us. The big stickers that you see that on the shit.
Oh, that is a big sticker.
We're also God damn it. There's so much. What's your favorite cuss word?
Fuck. Also, I keep trying to bring heifer back, and nobody will go for it.
I like it. I
Just always gotta throw that out there.
I've
I have
always-
one friend that's like, you can call me heifer. I was like, that's right.
I, for the last probably about 10
She's moving
years,
to Ireland though.
I've still been trying to bring Fetch back, and it doesn't work.
It never was here.
But Fetch as fuck is pretty good. Like I said, that's Fetch as fuck. That's a good point. And it's odd that lately my favorite cuss word is goddamn or goddamn it. And I don't know why. Like, it's nothing I ever said before. And I'm not like a super religious person.
Yeah.
I have nothing against people that are. I don't care one way or another.
I
But
say it in private, but my grandmother would never approve, so I try not to use it very much.
yeah, and that's why I say when I say it on the podcast, I feel like it's like extra aggressive for me. Like, I would never say that in front of my mom.
Talking about the F word.
No, goddamn
No,
it.
God damn it.
Oh. Okay.
I do
Like
say it a lot.
Dustin just rolled his eyes at me, and he got shot in the face with fucking just.
Jizz beer. Is it going to be pickles now too? Oh, you already opened it. That'd be a real one. Like that'd be a real shot to the eye if you got pickle juice.
God damn it! Now he's giving me a pickle. Do you want a pickle?
Yeah, I want a pickle.
This is what our show is. We talk about nonsense, then we end up passing around pickles and beers and bullshit. God damn it! Y'all are gross. Y'all are fucking gross. And you ponied.
Yeah, she did.
You went to the fucking mic just to do that to me. I didn't even know you were doing that on purpose until I took my headphones off and I looked over and you're got that shit grin on your face, looking at me. He's like, ah. I'm turning my mic off. Y'all talk about whatever y'all do.
Yeah. Ricky's eating this pickle.
He can only handle half a pickle.
Yeah, he can only handle half of it at a time.
We all laughed at doo-doo.
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 Doo-doo.